All right.
Correct. It's about doing some. No, correct. It's about if you're going to do anything in front of kids, it should be PC. It should not have anything sexual.
Oh my gosh, the backpedaling.
Are doing sexual things, so kids should not be there. If the merch is there and it's a show that's sexual, they shouldn't be there in the first place.
Okay, this is interesting. So you're saying it is okay for kids to go to drag shows?
I'm not saying that at all. I don't think they should in general, but I'm just saying...
If they're not sexual, and I would assume it's not because it's for kids, right? I mean, if they're doing sexual stuff, I would consider that, obviously everyone would consider that inappropriate. Mm-hmm. But I believe you just said drag shows are safe for kids. In fact, you would even be okay... Well, hold on. You even said you'd be okay with them carrying a drag show lunchbox.
No, look, I just don't think kids should be anywhere that is putting ideas into their head. You know, if a show is innocent, you know, that's obviously better than it being a sexual show, but I still think kids should be exposed to gender ideology.
All right, let's get it.
It's just, this is crazy to me. This is just wild to me. It's different because children drink Bud Light. That is true. Children drink Bud Light, but adults use lunchboxes. I mean, what are you, some sort of cringe city leftist who goes to your typewriter cafes? Fucking loser, huh? What are you gonna be drinking your yuzu lemonade, huh? You've never worked on a construction site? They have lunchboxes. You wouldn't get it. Children experiencing life is dangerous. It is. It is. Unless I can make money off of it, then it's based.
And that has nothing to do with any kind of ideology. It's a K-pop picture, so.
Yeah, but you're in drag in the picture. You're trans.
I'm not in drag.
Well, you're trans. Sorry, yeah, you're right. You're not in drag.
By his definition, yes, he'd be in drag.
I misspoke. You're trans. You're a woman. You're expressing yourself as a woman on the box.
It's just a cartoon, Ethan. I don't know why you keep going on about it. It's a cartoon.
It's just a cartoon. I mean, I feel like you're trying to downplay the significance of this, Ollie. I'm just afraid that some of the people that you associate with might consider this grooming by your own standard. I'm just looking out for you and your reputation.
It's just silly, Ethan. It's an innocent cartoon. If it was an
I'll try the Who Bends.
Okay. What do you make of this picture? Are these kids in danger? Your thoughts?
I haven't seen the video of that particular show, and it depends what book they're reading. If the drag queen is...
Bro, he's reading... What are you talking about? Can you not see? Are you stupid? Have you never seen a book before? I think this is a British book, isn't it? Isn't the Rainbow Fish a British book? Bro, do you not know anything about your culture either? He's stupid. Oh no, he's stupid. Fairly
He
sure.
doesn't
yeah.
know. He doesn't know
Yeah.
how to read.
It's a good children's book. Personally, for me, my favorite children's book was the one. It was When You Give a Mouse a Cookie. Personally, that one went so hard. But that's just me, though. That's just me.
What about
If you give a
mouse?
mouse a cookie, that one went crazy. The Dr. Seuss one with Thing 1 and Thing 2, when they were riding around in the hullabaloo, in that guy's, in like the fucking, with like the kids or some shit like that. And they made a huge mess, and they had to like clean it before their mom comes home and beats them. I thought that one went pretty hard, not gonna lie. The one about the caterpillar, that one also went pretty hard. Yeah, the very hungry caterpillar, that one went so hard. The Cat in the Hat, so true. Yeah, it went absolutely wild. Anyways, I have to see what book they have. You know for a fact Ollie would tweet this shit out and be like, this person needs to be killed for their grooming. You know this for a fact. Baby. Bro, this one isn't even old enough to remember what happened.
Appears to be depicting some fish, a couple of fish in the ocean. It seems
This is
like
the rainbow
there's
fish.
The rainbow fish. It seems to be the rainbow fish, Ollie.
Well, you know, I think a lot of these books are pushing even subtle messages on gender ideology, trying to tell.
The rainbow fish is pushing gender ideology.
I gotta S rank
on
this
children?
mission. I don't know what's wrong.
What, you can transition to fish? That's crazy.
Kids, you should be trans and become LGBT.
Oh, it has a
and
rainbow
kids
on it.
should make
You're
that decision
right.
on their own. So if that book is teaching
You're
them
right.
about, you know, transitioning or becoming a drag queen, that's inappropriate.
It's
and
the
that's
rainbow
issue.
Or fish.
Yes,
Or
but I
fish.
haven't read the book. I can't see what the book is. So based
You don't
on
know
that
what the
one
rainbow
picture,
fish is?
Does that book contain subtle messaging that's trying to tell kids to change their gender when they shouldn't be thinking about things like that? And you know, in Florida, they've obviously banned books in a classroom that teach gender ideology. And there's a lot of books, kids' books. There's a book called The Gay ABCs, and that pushes gender ideology. For 2-year-olds, it's 2+, and I don't think that's appropriate for a kid that just should be reading kids' books that are completely innocent. They shouldn't
But
even
what do you
be.
make of this? What do you make of this lunchbox, though?
Why did you keep going back to the lunchbox?
Because.
How
you
is
know,
that
it's got a
one
picture
still
of a
not
trans woman on a
destroyed? What the
lunchbox.
fuck?
Got a picture of a K-pop star.
What the
on
fuck is
Who's
this?
the K-pop star?
How many missiles I gotta fire at that shit?
Right? Yeah,
Would you
too.
find a lunchbox
And
for your
this
kid?
K-pop star is a trans woman, right?
I was trans at the time. The image doesn't necessarily depict any kind of gender. It just
So you're saying, did the photo of you, so it's,
it's not even a photo of me. It's literally a cartoon. I had an anime.
It's a
cartoon drawn of
cartoon.
me.
It's an anime,
right.
which is also
you buy
Korean,
it?
just so you know.
Sorry?
Would you buy it for your kids?
I mean, I
Would you
wouldn't
find it
want.
inappropriate?
I wouldn't just because I don't want to support you financially. But
Okay.
but theoretically, I don't think I have a problem with. No. I
There
don't
we go.
have
Oh, my man. I don't want to give you money, bro. But, I mean, if it was like a good person, then sure. Why not? Not you, but like a good person.
a problem with my children.
It's anime.
Looking up to a trans person. Of course not. What would be wrong with that?
No, and
We love
I don't have a
trans.
problem
We
with
love
trans people
trans.
at all. I'm just saying that certain things, when it comes to gender identity, if transgenderism is being pushed on young kids in preschool or even elementary school when they shouldn't be thinking about that, I think it's wrong to expose them to that. I think it's
Exposing
important
them to
kids
trans
discover who they
people.
are.
Exposing them to trans,
Sorry?
like this lunchbox is.
You're really obsessed with that lunchbox.
Well,
You need to get one.
no, but I think it's a really important point that you're not, coming to terms with. We're exposing kids to a trans woman. Don't you think that's wrong? Why is it still on your website, at least,
You know, it's come on, Ethan.
Good try,
I don't
pussy.
know what to say. It's a cartoon of a K-pop star.
I
Rank
can't
B.
defend this at all.
It's nothing. You know, if I was doing something,
It's anime.
if I had, protect trans kids on there, that would have a message. That would have.
I'll probably have
a
different
gender
builds to
identity message,
S
but
rank it. I
literally
just
said
probably gotta
police
blow
thought
past
the
it with
cartoon
the
is like
Guccians.
super cute, super innocent.
Tongue out.
Just like most K-pop stars are like super cute, you know? Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
I mean, aren't you making like the Higo face a little bit?
What, do you think I should make it more masculine?
No, the Higo face is like some kind.
A Higo, not the Higo, bro. He said it right up to. He don't miss, bro. He don't miss. No, I did not pre-watch. I literally couldn't have pre-watched. I just got here. Very cute, as you can see, very cute K-pop face. I love it when my K-pop stans do this, right? Personally, I don't listen to a lot of K-pop, but when Momoland comes on and they drop this, I think it goes.
I'm
crazy
here, baby.
Asiago, yeah, just like, yeah. Apparently, it's not just a bagel. As weird as it, or I guess it's not. It's apparently Asiago isn't just like a bread topping, but apparently it's also like a weird thing that happens in hentai. It's a porn thing that happens in hentai. It's crazy. Can't forget about the Agio sweatshirt. So true. So true.
Kind of hentai thing, isn't it?
I have no idea.
That's when
I
you
don't
cross
watch
your
anime.
eyes and stick out your tongue.
He said I don't watch anime. Wait, no, you're lying to me. He didn't just say that.
I have no idea.
That's when
I
you
don't
cross
watch
your
anime.
eyes and stick.
Holy shit, he did. Oh. Hey, isn't this that like a Higao face with the porn thing with like the tongue out and the peace signs? I don't watch anime. I'm just a K-pop. I'm a K-pop star. I do K-pop.
Out your tongue.
Oh, really? Well, my
What
eyes
is
are
it?
You don't
wide
know about
open.
that?
My eyes are wide open. I
Hold
don't
on, hold on,
watch
hold on,
anime,
hold
but
on,
I
hold
don't.
You don't know about the Higo face?
He's definitely
No.
doing that.
I don't believe you. Come on.
He also looks kind of looks like a pug mixed. He kind of looks like a. I mean, like I hate to say it, but he looks like he looks like if a pug was drawn by the like author of One Piece, but was then animated in a feature-length animation film by like Studio Trigger. You know what I mean? It's just. If we're gonna be talking about anime, yeah, he's been pugified. He looks like the result of multiple generations of unethical anime girl breeding operations.
Oh, I can kill him one kick.
No, I watch anime like I watch Attack of the Titans and
That's
stuff.
straight
But I'm
cat,
not.
my
Attack of the Titans.
There. This is it. You can see the resemblance, right? Here's the Ahigo face.
Go on.
It's like a hentai reference. But
Okay.
but you see
Hold
the
on, boys.
resemblance,
Just
right?
accessing your memory
Can you put them side by
or your
side?
data.
I'd be happy
Thank
to.
you.
I mean, that's quite a cute drawing.
Right, but that's like a woman like
Were you
orgasming,
what?
is what that is.
Well,
Or like
well, that's
lust,
not what
it's
I'm
like a lustful kind of sexual
April,
gratification.
you're really clutching at straws.
Am
I'm
I?
literally like, I've got my eyes open, I'm doing the peace sign. And
What
you're
is-
trying to,
I mean, the eyes are open there as well.
This
That-
game is very real.
Honestly, the more I'm looking at him, the closer it actually is to like actually, unironically being one singular Ahigo. Cute, bro. That's porn. He said, I mean, that's a cute picture. That's porn,
I dissect it. So
baby boy.
It's honestly.
Right. It just seems to me that even as a trans person, you shouldn't be exposing kids to that. It seems like you're shoving gender ideology down kids' throats by selling them a lunchbox with a trans woman on it. You don't see my point at all? You don't get it?
No, I don't. You know, if it, I would.
How the
point
fuck?
completely- if-
Oh, I killed his friend. It was two of them.
If I had my dick and balls out, which is literally every single drag show, just so you know.
Oh, big boy.
Because I don't think kids should be exposed to politics either. No political or gender ideology message. If that was on there, that'd be different. If it was a sexually suggestive image, but this is literally an innocent cartoon. I've got my eyes open. I'm doing the peace sign. You could not get innocent. What do I need to do, Ethan, like to please people? Do I have to like close my eyes?
Well, I personally don't necessarily have a problem. What is your fascination with the eye wideness? I haven't said anything about that.
About what? Sorry.
You said, what do I have to close my eyes? I didn't know what that meant. You kept mentioning about like the eye wideness of how wide it is. I don't know why you keep bringing that up.
No, I'm just saying that. Look, in the picture, my eyes. It's got very. It's not even me, by the way. It's a cartoon, but the eyes are very wide.
It's not even me. It's just a cartoon
I'm just saying,
of
like,
me.
What's wrong with having my eyes open? Like, we're human
Dumbass.
beings, we have to have our eyes open.
You
Like,
fucked
it'd be
up.
better if I close my eyes.
All right then. I think we got to the end of. Oh no! No! Reference. For you didn't seem to get reference A, so we brought reference B, C, and D here.
Popular culture with the Ahigo face. It's, you know, like kind of an e-girl thing. You're probably aware of that.
Well,
You've seen
I'm an
this
e-girl, so I wouldn't know.
You're on the internet, and it's from anime.
You're not e-girl anymore.
Okay, but let's move
No,
on.
I do know anime and stuff. I don't know anything to do with that pose. Literally, I've got my map.
Didn't they just say didn't he just say I don't watch anime? Anyways, let's get forward a little bit.
So I just used to have all those things that left me with traumas. So it kind of messed up my head. And
Okay.
as an adult, I
Let's see.
from when I was being bullied, grew up doing, and I was really mentally struggling. Had a lot of mental health struggles based on a variety of issues, which I talk about in my book, from when I was being bullied. very
Damn, I
severely as a
love
kid.
these legs. They're
I was
so
always told I was,
good.
like ugly, or I looked like a monster, or I was more feminine, or I had man boobs.
The reverse
I
jointed.
just
These
think
things
all
are
those things
great.
left me with trauma, so it
Fucking
kind of messed
bodied.
up my head. And
Bullied.
Okay.
as an adult, I didn't deal with that in the way that I should have. I should have had therapy. I should have spoke to someone. Instead, it was almost like self-harming. So all this crazy surgery was me kind of lashing out at the bullies, and it was very, very destructive for me and for other people. So,
So do you
I'm
think
glad to
that-
be over that.
Do you think that people who are bullied are at a higher chance of becoming trans?
Ah, I could just
Definitely.
destroy him with a kick.
I talk about this in my book. There's a lot of studies. There was a study in Finland.
Oh, these are regular
top
turrets. I could just
transgender,
shoot them. They don't have
clinic
a...
that was basically transitioning a lot of kids, and they said around, I think it's around 45%
Dumbass,
of
shoulda
the
used your
kids
shield.
had experienced severe bullying, so that led to their gender dysphoria identity. But there's
So
also the other side
your
where
theory is that the bullying
Oh, I
leads
see
to
you.
the dysphoria, not the dysphoria leading to the bullying, which would
No,
be more logical.
no,
You are gay because you got bullied. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to tell you this now, but you are gay because you got bullied. They bullied you into being gay. So, you should fix that sometime. Sorry. Yes, gay people are gay kids are bullied a lot. It must be because they get bullied is why they're gay. I'm just so fucking smart.
I was just about to say as well, but
So
there
what
is
the
also the
fuck
flip
is
side
small
of that,
for
where
you?
kids that are-
You gotta
kids
gobble
are
the
being bullied because
glizzies.
of their identity,
What are you
because
doing with
maybe
it?
A boy is more feminine, or a girl is more like a tomboy, so they're also being bullied for that.
Look at
But
these
in
dickheads.
certain studies, the one in Finland at Tampere University,
fuck
they
over
found
here,
a
bro. What are you
significant
doing?
correlation between a kid being bullied
Oh, shit.
and then the onset of their gender dysphoria coming afterwards rather than before. But of course, it works both ways.
Let's see here.
Wait,
Damn it.
do you mean it's just like
There's an asshole shooting me.
I haven't seen this study before, but I'm 99% sure he's quoting it wrong. What he said is that this study just found that if you get bullied, then there's a higher likelihood of you having gender dysphoria when you're older. What I think it really says is that kids who are bullied when they're younger typically are more likely
Where the fuck did he
to,
go?
when they grow
Go
up,
scared? Oh.
get a gender dysphoria diagnosis, which I think is way different in the implications of those two things. Because one is
Gotcha.
saying one probably causes the other, and the other one is saying that, yeah, these kids probably, the exact thing that he was talking about before is that the boy was acting feminine or the girl was acting masculine, and so they got bullied for that. And then when they actually finally went to the fucking doctor, they realized what was actually going on outside of the bullying, because kids just bully because they like to bully.
I have that theory you're citing in front of me.
Oh, I'm out of ammo. What the fuck?
Wait, he has it?
Let's read the conclusion.
He has it? Oh my god,
Oh shit, I'm out of ammo.
I'm so impressed.
What the fuck?
I'm so impressed. What the fuck? Holy shit! Oh, he's getting mugged. Holy shit, he's getting mugged. He already had it. He had it in his fuckwad documents. He came with the whole goddamn binder. This is crazy. He pre-watched. He did. You're right. He pre-watched.
Free supply.
He
Nice.
pre-watched. That's not fair.
Yeah, I was wasting a lot of ammo. So I do have a limit with this
conclusion
ammo.
says gender identity, especially non-binary identity, is associated with both being bullied and perpetrating bullying, even when a
I knew there was something wrong with some of you, okay? I see what some of you all are like on like Twitter or like Instagram or Facebook or some shit like that. I knew you guys were bullies as fuck, okay? Let's be honest with ourselves. You guys are bullies. Crazy bullies. You can't even hide from it, because since I've been scrolling on the Bird app, there's so many people who are like, I would have bullied the person that I am right now like 5 years ago. And I'm just like, why? Why would you do that? And it's
Oh
true.
shit, the missiles.
It's true. Y'all are crazy bullies. Yeah, he's got that go gadget. So, go gadget, clear out a bitch. And your next line will be
range of variables, including internal
Shit.
stress and involvement
Shit.
in bullying,
Shit.
and
Control
also
boost.
taken into account. This suggests that bullying during adolescence may serve as a mechanism of maintaining heteronormality.
Fuck.
Which I think what that means,
is associated with both bullying and being bullied. A range of variables, including internal stress and involvement in bullying, and the opposite role are taken into account. This suggests that bullying during adolescence may serve as a mechanism of maintaining heteronormativity. So yeah, like you bullied the people who are like you to feel like you're a part of like the in group, to reject the part of you that says that you're not actually one of them. And apparently he thinks that this makes you trans.
Is that the bullying actually results in people rejecting their transness in favor
Shit.
of heteronormality?
Hello.
I think
This guy's strong, that's
so
right.
it seems to be saying the opposite, actually, of what you claimed it said. Do you see what I'm referring to? Heteronormality?
Yeah, no, I see that. I see that article. That, you know, if you actually read the full study,
That's not an article, that's a study.
That's the
read the full
conclusion?
study, you can find it on the National Institute of Health.
Oh, no, this is the
basically-
study. Yeah, this
Let me
is.
have a look.
Yeah, no, this is the study. It's
What did he think he was
the-
reading?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. And then this is the author's conclusion right there. I mean, that's pretty much that. This is the one you're talking about. Do you disagree?
Yes, but it's look. The study's also saying it's associated with being bullied and being the perpetrator. So it's basically saying
Yes.
that even
Gotcha, stupid
Right.
ass bitch. Fuck off.
The message. This is the last sentence. So let's not.
Second
let's read
approach.
this
Oh
together.
boy.
It suggests that bullying during adolescence may serve as a mechanism of maintaining heteronormality.
Get some cover.
Normativity.
I gotta fight the
Understand that,
warship.
okay?
That's right. Oh, this thing is
So I
gonna
get
be
what it's saying. It's
nuts.
basically saying that some of these kids that are being bullied will maintain their original identity because of the.
No, he's stupid. Oh, he's dumb. Oh, he's really dumb. Okay. All right, I see. I get it. I get it how he fell down this rabbit hole now. He's stupid. All right.
Bullying, correct. But no, I get what it's saying. It's basically saying that some of these kids that are being bullied will maintain their original identity because of the bullying, correct. But the study also
Damn.
the study also speaks.
This
there's a
part
high
is
correlation between-
hard.
There's two different findings in the study. There's a finding that around 45% of the kids are bullied, and that causes the gender dysphoria. And there's also a part of the study which also
No.
says, like the conclusion is finding that some of these kids are bullied because of their gender dysphoria, and it makes it worse.
Oh,
so there's,
it
there's two
seems
different.
No, that's not. You can't read. What in the world? You're British. Your country made the language we're using right
shit.
now. Why can't
Whoa.
you use it? Why can't you use it?
Like,
Finding.
if two outcomes are possible, then it doesn't seem that interesting. I wonder why you bring it up.
Well, no, read the full study. It also
Shit,
talks about
man.
I mean, this is the author. They wrote the conclusion right here. This is their.
You gotta be
the summary
fucking
on
kidding
the
me.
That's the
if you
author.
actually read-
That's the author. That's their conclusion.
Correct.
Right.
But if you read in the
Who
National
better to
Institute
draw a
of Health-
conclusion than the author of the study?
Him.
No, I'm not
Ollie.
saying that. I'm just saying if you.
All right, we got this. Oh, shit.
Do you think that if bullying prevents people from becoming, according to this, bullying prevents more kids from transitioning? Do you believe that we need more bullying?
No, I'm an advocate against
No.
bullying. I think whoever gets bullied, it's so wrong. I've been bullied myself, and I'm an advocate.
But if
for trying to
bullying
stop that.
results in
Nobody
less
should have to be bullied.
transitioning, then that, according to what you're saying, is the best outcome for these kids.
No, I don't agree at all. No kid, even if the kid is feminine or a girl is a tomboy, they should not get bullied. No one should get bullied. They should be provided with support. But if somebody wants to transition, I'm not against people transitioning. I just don't think it's right as a kid because a lot of these kids are going through so many issues during that.
Oh, I
time.
forgot I had
They
my
are not
kick.
in the right frame of mind to make an informed consent
If
decision.
a
Look,
child is
It is true. I think Ollie probably should have been.
Oh,
bullied as
that's a-
kid.
that's a
It
good
may have-
thing
it
to
may have
use
helped,
with my,
going through,
with my
I'm joking,
missiles.
I'm joking. I would never say that.
suicidal, do you believe that they should
Holy
transition
shit.
to save their
So,
I
there's
just
a lot-
found out the
so there's a lot of,
secret.
clinics and doctors that use this argument. There's a clinic called
Just gotta
Kaiser
fuck off from
Permanente
these goddamn-
in California.
Kaiser Permanente.
This goddamn tank.
Yes, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, so basically they have used with multiple.
Holy shit! Wait, how much research have they done?
I'll stay right
Holy
here
c-
while they get
wait.
fucked up.
Wait, Ethan mispronounces things all the time. How do you get that right? Yo, guys, I'd be so scared if I brought up something like that, because that is pretty niche. That is some pretty niche anti-trans lore right there. Kaiser Permanente. I would be kind of shook if he knew that and corrected me on it. I'd be a little.
Oh, I got a secret little hiding
People
spot.
have since detransitioned. Chloe Cole and Layla. Another detransition.
Oh, what the
Told them
fuck?
your kids are going to commit suicide if you don't transition.
Missiles.
But what
Forgot
they
about
said
those.
afterwards is they
Always
actually
do.
felt worse 6 months down the line after their transition because they've got hormones in their body, they've got puberty blockers, and they even have double mastectomy.
that the vast majority.
Wait a second. They've got hormones and puberty blockers. Wait, is it
Come on,
like
get
trying?
this guy.
Are you trying to do like the transgender like body version of a fucking burnout? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, they're taking estrogen and they're taking puberty blockers at the same time. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, heal!
Majority
I
of
keep
people
forgetting to
that
heal.
transition
God
don't
damn it!
regret I think
Heal
it's like
again.
95%.
It's actually
99%.
higher than
that.
yeah, around there.
You don't
About 98.
hear.
Oh, God damn it! This shit
Are you
blocking me.
aware, Ollie, that 99% of kids that transition do not regret it?
No, I don't support that statistic. I think it's wrong
Okay.
because
I don't support.
Holy shit! This
statistics.
guy is nuts.
I don't support that statistic. Like, well, I don't really care what you support. I don't care if you think it's real or not real. It is real.
Holy shit!
I don't. That is a wild thing to say. I don't support that statistic. That is incredible. I kind of want to. They should grab that. That's an incredible. That's a remarkable soundbite. I will say. I don't support that statistic.
these
From what
Oh,
authority
shit.
do you disprove that statistic?
Well, look, these clinics make these
I'm on
studies. They
Twitter.
don't even
Oh,
do
fuck.
follow-up studies. There's an example of a
Do you
clinic
not trust
called
studies?
Abbott-
Because you just told me to read one.
Look, what I'm saying is the gender clinics make billions of dollars every year. Their studies are skewed and biased.
In a
They
review
don't
of
do follow-up.
27 studies involving almost 8,000 teens and adults with
Ooh, I know this one.
transgender surgeries,
I was looking at
mostly
this
in
one the
Europe,
other
US,
day.
and Canada, 1% on average expressed regret. For some, regret was temporary, but a small number went on to detransition. But that's 1%. That seems like a very
Clear
small...
you
Hey,
assholes
remember
out.
when Ollie literally said mere moments ago that they don't do follow-up studies, even though even get the number
Bro, lock
that
on!
the
Oh, he's
kids
too far. Shit.
thought that their transition was good would be to follow up. How can you not? How can you figure out that like there's little regret when in like a study that they like both said are true, or like they are following up, but then he says they're not following up any? Which one is it, brother? You gotta pick one.
Whole amount to be singularly focused on. And this is 27
Right.
studies, so this is a massive kind of conclusion.
Holy
right?
shit,
A
that was
scientific
hard.
conclusion, a consensus, if you would.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
but what I'm saying is, there's a clinic, for instance,
Holy
Tavistock Clinic,
God.
which is the main clinic in the UK. They were actually exposed. They were doing studies as well. They weren't bothering to
Oh,
check
look
with
at
the
my
detransitions.
work.
They didn't bother to check with the detransition.
Jesus, these chain guns are fucking
That
nasty
English one
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one, if I recall, I looked into that. I believe it was
They
people
do
say
a
it was shut
lot
down.
of
It was actually-
damage.
Wasn't it?
And I still have to be careful with the ammo.
They're actually making a bigger one so they can serve more needs. I actually
I like
it's
it
not
better
really
than the
being shut down,
Goochins
actually.
though.
Oh,
The Gooch.
It's that British gender clinic, right? Like they said that the British, like, oh, I think I remember the story. It's been a while. So this is once again, this is like old school, old school, like a year, 2 years ago, maybe even a couple more years ago, like trans lore. But these people think that trans people were invented by the DCCC, under Washington. In 2016 to make Republicans look bad. So to them, like, yeah, all of this is pretty
Hold up,
bad.
can I pause?
Like,
Shit.
basically what happened, if I remember correctly, is that some
God
studies
damn it, I
were
can't
coming out,
pause.
or like some research was coming out from this one gender clinic in
Oh, that looks like Uma Uma. Maybe we are getting invaded by aliens.
England.
pretty cool.
And then conservatives randomly
97,000 for that
statistic or
mission.
two
Are you kidding
that,
me?
like, some
Paid
young
in.
ones are there,
Oh
like,
my
getting
God.
consultation on possible,
They're not gonna like this.
possibly moving forward on like medical.
Really ran up
transitions
the
sometime in
budget on that
future.
mission.
And then the entire clinic shut down, and they said that they got shut, and the conservatives ran with the idea that they got shut down because they're like evil and transgendering children, when in all actuality they got shut down. Well, they didn't get shut down. They shut down because they were building a bigger gender clinic, because they were like, we need to trans more gender. There's a lot of gender in this country, and we need to serve all of it. Yeah, it's wild how that works out.
That
Say
one
the name
is-
again. What is it?
It's called Tavistock.
Tavistock. Yeah.
So that one's actually being shut down this year because basically the National Health Service, which is basically looks after all the hospitals in the UK for the government, they actually said that there were a lot of ethical violations and stuff, and they also changed their policy based on.
I'm sending you a request from the Archivist Group. We can use the wall climbers' help.
UK for the government. They actually said that there were a lot of ethical violations and stuff, and they also changed their policy based on.
I'm sending you a request from the Archivist Group. We can use the wall.
Associated with being bullied and being.
Got a call from V4. I've been contacted as well by the Balaam Group.
You see what I'm referring to? Better than
Yeah, no, I see that article. That, you know, if you actually read the full study,
That's not an article, that's a study.
That's the conclusion.
you can find it on the National Institute of Health.
Oh, no, this is the study. Yeah, this
Let me
is
have a look.
this is the study. It's
What did he think he was reading?
Yeah, this is it. And then this is the author's conclusion right there. I mean, that's pretty much that. This is the one you're talking about. Do you disagree?
Yes, but it's.
Nice.
On what happened at that clinic via internal investigations, they found that many of these kids were being pushed to transition without having checks on their mental health, and they're basically being pushed into it in fast track very
Do you think
quickly.
it's significant, though, that of the patients, of the actual people who did transition, only 1% regret it? You're not acknowledging that.
No, I don't trust studies,
Why?
even if you say
27 studies. Then why did you tell me to read this one, Ollie? You use studies when it's convenient for you, but you don't when it goes against your thesis. I don't understand your consistency with studies. Do we like them or not?
What I'm trying to say, Ethan, is the gender clinics are very, very powerful.
Do we?
They
No, no, no.
can-
Diversionary operation to attract the KCA's attention. You are to report to the Engelbrett Tunnel in the central ice field.
Oh, it sounds chilly.
Slated for restoration by the PCA in the near future. Infiltrate the tunnel and find and destroy the sensor they're planning to repair. The objective is to distract the PCA and divert forces from their local base.
So I could just twerk and distract the soldiers.
Briefing over.
Classic.
Counting on you, Gun 13.
Goddamn soldiers! They left their post.
Ollie, do we like studies or not? All studies or no
I
studies?
like studies.
Oh, we do.
No, I like studies.
I like them. I like them. I'm just gonna say all of these studies are bad because they don't say what I want them to say, even though I haven't looked at any of them yet. I'm so proud of
But
Ethan.
you have-
He he is really doing a great job here. I'm not going to lie. Like every single time they bring some of these people on, he kind of tears them apart. They do a lot of work. The crew does like a great job, honestly, on like the research for these things. I haven't seen them when Ethan's just allowed to talk by himself. It goes kind of well. It goes better than honestly I really expect. I don't expect nothing from him, but you know he's just a guy at the end of the day. But yeah, he definitely does a great job with these.
So,
I think Hassan preps him. There's a reason, honestly, why I said that when Ethan's allowed to speak alone, things typically go well. Cause I don't know. Cause like thinking about the last time like Hassan and Ethan were like there talking to somebody, like kind of in this format, it was like Richard Wolff, and like we all know how that went. So.
but you have to always look at bias. You know, the clinic in Finland was a transgender clinic that made the study, so they had different findings to many of the clinics in America that are saying there's a low detransition rate. But there are thousands of detransitioners out there. They're just not sharing their stories because of fear of being attacked, and you know they get abused every single day from trans activists. But there's thousands of kids out there that there's 50,000 detransitioners on a Reddit subreddit forum speaking about detransitioning, but they're scared to come out and talk about it because they're going to get attacked. So there's a lot of people.
I'm sorry, but like the study isn't Twitter.
Oh, this
And,
guy's
like,
strong.
Well, so what is he thinking that
That's why he wasn't dying right away.
everybody's just lying? What like actually it's
Hold
actually
on, guys,
not
I'm coming.
99% love the transition. It's actually 99% hate the transition, but they won't say anything about it. They just lie on everything. And
Holy
that's
shit.
why I know, because I don't want them to
Kick the
like
shit
it,
out that
so
guy.
I feel more correct
Poor
in
feller.
my political opinions.
Hiding.
You seem to be in denial, Ollie, that the vast, vast majority of these people, let's say there's a bias. Let's say instead of 1%, it's 10% regret it. And that's a huge deviation. So I'm giving you a lot of doubt here. If 10% only regret it, do you think that on whole of the 90% who don't regret it and who have what they consider life-changing care, healthcare, why would you seek to deny them life-changing healthcare? When
Well, Ethan,
they say this saved my life.
Well, Ethan, children can't get tattoos, children can't buy cigarettes or buy alcohol, so how on earth can they...
Children can get leukemia treatment though, and children can get their wisdom teeth removed, and children can get, you know, eye surgery, and children can get vaccines, and
What do I
children
do with that?
can get like an EKG and an like an MRI. You know, children can get a lot of stuff. Children get surgeries all the time, actually.
consent to doing something they don't even understand about. We have to look at many of these kids, they don't
Oh,
understand,
just
they
go
don't think
inside.
about the future. Like, it's a kid.
I'm not gonna lie, it seems like the only person in the room who doesn't understand is not like the doctor or the parent or the child. Honestly,
Let's
it
get
seems like
that
it's all
coral.
from
Oh, I'm
how this
out. It's
conversation
gonna pop
is
off.
It changes their body, they have gender reassignment surgery or take hormones. They might not be
Jesus
able to have a
Christ.
baby when they're old. They don't think about those things because they're kids. So the issue
Maybe.
is just, we shouldn't be doing this to kids. It should happen, you know, as an adult they can...
What the fuck is
Some
that?
of the parents agree
Hey,
to
Ollie,
it,
do
or
you know how many kids between the age of 6 and 17 went through irreversible surgery in the United States?
I know the number rises every year. Now it'll be
Okay.
several thousand.
So the number of patients, of children between 6 and 17 who went through irreversible surgery in the United States, what was the years on that one?
It was 3 years, 2019 through 2021.
So this is the most comprehensive data we have, and this comes straight from the government stats. It was 250 per year. Does that seem...
Oh
shit, this
why are
cave,
they
the
so
beginning
far
of it.
off every single time? Millions, like
where's
millions
the top?
to couple thousand to actually it's just 100. Actually, it's just like maybe
Shit.
200. That is just remarkable to me.
Oh, fuck.
That is crazy to me.
significant to you?
That's completely incorrect because
Based on
there's a
what?
clinic in Norwich. It's
Damn, that was a
listen,
spicy little mission.
He's the trans.
These missions
man,
are very
okay?
short and
He
sweet.
knows. He's
I
the
kind
gender
of like
gender.
that.
You don't get it. He knows where all of the gender goes. He can see it. He can smell it.
Power Rangers.
Less than a thousandth of a percent. Oh, it's so good.
It's in the thousands now. There's a clinic in Oregon that's done at least
The
300.
thousands? Is that significant? 1,000? I mean, we...
But 300 when? In like its entire existence? Or do you mean 300 like yesterday? There's a clinic in Oregon that did at least 300. Maybe 300 in their entire like existence, not 300 a year.
We have 50 million children in the United States. Do you think 1,000 is statistically significant?
There's thousands, and this study probably only takes into account people on Medicaid or Medicare. There are also the parents and patients that pay out of pocket. So
Medicaid.
Even if
I
it's
think the study
thousands,
was...
Ollie, let's say it's thousands. Is this significantly significant when we have 51 million children in the United States between ages 6 and 17?
Destroy enemy
It's
AC.
significant even because it's growing every day. If you look at any chart or
Immediate
graph
mission
of,
failure if
kids
identified
being
by
medically transitioned,
surveillance.
it's now in the tens of
MTs
thousands across the
equipped
US.
with capture
California has,
cameras.
thousands alone. Florida.
Interesting.
There's a span. There's a clinic, Dr. Gallagher, who performs at least five surgeries.
The Rubicon Liberation Front is planned to retake the wall from Arcanus, and we'd like you to lay the groundwork for us. Your objective is to assassinate V7 Swinburne, the commander of the occupied force. Swinburne has dispatched a surveillance
Ah.
surgeries on minors every month. So you know that's
5 a month. Wow. 5 a month, you say?
before Governor DeSantis banned. There's a clinic, Dr. Gallagher, who performs at least 5 surgeries.
Dr. Gallagher. Bro, that's a name from like the 70s. What are you talking about? Dr. Gallagher. Five surgeries a month. Expert plastic surgeon from Miami. Is there literally anything on this anywhere? 5 surgeries on minors a month. What kind of surgeries? I swear, bro, if this guy is like a dentist and what he's referring to is like wisdom tooth extraction, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I'm looking this up. Okay, wait, let me see if I can find anything on this at all. Miami surgeon performs top surgery on 15-year-old. Report says. Yeah, that's about the time when you can get a top surgery. That is true. Wait, let's see. ABC. Okay, let's take a look. But one doctor in Florida providing gender-affirming pediatric services, Dr. Gallagher, has decided not to mince words and is going to offer minor patients a recent mince words. This is such a the way that this article is written shows a lot of bias. This is a good thing that we can look at for we got another media literacy class on our hands, everybody. Okay, pay attention. The fact that they put gender affirming in quotation marks, that's literally what these surgeries are called. This is the actual like definition of the word. So the fact that they put it in quotation marks makes no sense. It's like putting dog in quotation marks when talking about like a golden retriever. It makes no sense. It's just nothing. It says they've decided not to mince words when it comes to what she offers her minor patients. The way that this is written as well, like it's like you gotta mince words for what we're talking about. Imagine, like, yeah, I'm not the lunch lady isn't mincing words when talking about how your kid can pick up a slice of pizza at the lunch at like, you know, at lunch. Like, what are you talking about? Like framing it as an idea where you need to mince words or something. A recent article in the New York Times indicated that Gallagher provides top surgeries or a procedure in which the child's breasts are removed to multiple trans youths at the age of 15 every month. Wait, to multiple trans youths around the age of 15 every month, despite being in clear violation of the state's health department guidelines where she practices. Or sometimes they do top surgeries. All right. Okay. What do experts know? Nothing, because they disagree with me.
5 surgeries on minors every month. So you know that's just one
Can
clinic.
you
So
cite
it's in
those
the thousands.
numbers? Is it possible to get a reference?
Dr. Gallagher.
You gonna check on his buddy?
in, Florida,
You gonna leave
she
him?
operates on minors.
Fuck him.
In all that time, I'm sure.
I
you
don't
know
trust
that, right?
you.
Yeah, of course,
So
because
what's
it
the
became more
difference?
acceptable.
What is the difference between the hysteria that took place then about there was, you know, on the right that they're turning our kids gay? That turned out not to be true. You agree?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely,
good.
absolutely
So
correct.
hold on to that. So now today we see the same graph going up of trans kids getting surgery or gender affirming care or whatever. So why is it that you today can draw a conclusion that was the same conclusion in the 50s that you disagree with? that
Damn, some
trans
dumbass
kids are being
robots.
influenced societal to become trans. It seems to be a blaring contradiction in logic.
You know, it's not just random
Graph
based
go
on the
up.
fact that it's easier for people to come out these days to identify in different ways. It is a concerted push, Ethan. So there's
Oh
now
boy.
over
Said about gay
60
people.
He's
Yeah,
getting
Ethan, there's now over 60
suspiciously
pediatric
close.
clinics that have
The
opened
fuck
within
are you
the
doing
last
there,
15 years
man?
Across the US. They weren't there before, so they are.
He's looking at me.
Have opened within the last. Ethan, there's now over 60 pediatric gender clinics that have opened within the last 15 years across the US.
60 have opened in 15 years. I don't even need to like fact check that, bro. Who cares? Bro, who cares? Okay.
He's not gonna see
It
me.
seems like they're needed.
Dipshit.
Like a gender gender clinics like getting plopped down don't invent trans people like existing. They pop up because they're needed. And watch this Onion video? Nah. But I appreciate you though. All right then. Shit is remarkable. Wait, let's watch a little bit more of this and then we can move on. But this is wild.
West. They weren't there before, so they are profiting from this. They're opening clinics because they know they can profit. But when they push, through popular culture or push transitioning via TikTok trends, they are profiting from that. So
The
it
fuck?
benefits them if society and children are being confused and indoctrinated in schools or via social media because they can get more patients through their door.
So that's good, but let's focus on this issue that I want to nail down. They said that gay kids were being influenced to be gay. You disagree with that now, and you're one of the people that says kids are being influenced to become trans, and it's the same curve. How do you not? Why is that curve not just the result of it becoming more acceptable in society? Is this the same
You didn't
curve,
see me?
right? Same curve.
He's good.
It's a huge cut.
They're in sleep mode.
In the last 5 years since TikTok
Really
came
big
about,
curve.
we're seeing so many. There's about
Well,
2.2 billion people.
what does it matter how they become aware of it? I'm telling you, it's the same curve.
What I'm trying to tell you is that there are influences now that didn't exist 10 years
Like
ago
what?
that are pushing kids. So, for instance, TikTok, there's about
TikTok.
2.2.
So TikTok is turning people
Is that
trans,
him?
where back in the 50s, people said it was like rock and roll music, it was movies, it was hippie movements.
It
It
was
is.
a rock and roll
accessible to the
music.
generation before.
I'm
that. I don't see
coming.
the difference.
What I'm saying is that kids are being exposed to influences that they didn't have before.
Think of
If
the
kids are
50s.
being on. Sorry?
The same in the 50s. The kids who were coming out as gay were also exposed to things that weren't accessible to generations before them.
Well, I don't agree with that. They didn't have phones
No?
back then. Kids are now big.
I don't agree with that because they didn't. I knew phones like a cellular phone and a smartphone.
That
were,
shield's
really
going
important
down.
to like humans, but I didn't think they were so important that you
Pussy.
literally couldn't have new experiences without one. Do you guys know that? New experiences only happen on the phone. That is wild to me.
Damn.
Being pushed trends and the
Is that
AI
why you guys
algorithms
watch on
recognises
mobile?
A kid's vulnerabilities
Well,
and they push videos.
music, popular music.
Yeah, music.
Pop
I've
music.
always-
Well, pop music was something that was rock and roll was something that was new back then. So
No, correct. And you could also argue that in the
True,
80s
true,
more
true.
people came out because, music like George Michael was, songs about
So
freedom and
then
stuff
why are
coming
you
out with.
concluding that TikTok is making people trans? I don't understand the logic.
Back
You
up.
just
Come on.
contradicted yourself.
No, what I'm
What you
saying is
gonna
in
do?
the last 5 years
No.
there is an increase in gender clinics opening because they are exploiting these children that are being pushed trends. There's a lot of lobby groups, even the Human Rights Campaign is a massive lobby group. They're going
Oh,
around.
you were
trying
trans
to push,
before.
Guys, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this, but like human rights is like a really massive and powerful lobbying group, and their effect is seen far and wide.
TikTok.
I've struggled with gender dysphoria for all of my
Before
life, correct?
TikTok.
But yes, but my identity struggles came about because I was using social media too much. And
Damn.
so I
You were
see-
born in 1990. You're not that much younger than me. When I grew up, there was no social media. I don't believe you probably had social media until you were in your 20s, well into your 20s.
Oof.
Yeah, correct. And the reason I struggled with
Wait, how old is this
Gotcha.
guy? Wait, oh yeah, isn't this guy like 40 or something?
That
Really
shield,
young.
though.
Wait, how old is this guy? He's 31? What the fuck? Wait, no, he's like 34? What? Yo! What the hell? Geezer bailed, bro. What the fuck?
What the
You're
hell?
doing this at 34? Bro, grow up. I'm begging you to grow up. I'm on my knees. I'm pleading for you to
Detonating
grow
missile
up.
launcher.
I'm begging you. I'm 33. Yeah, and you wear it well. He doesn't. 33 old boo soldier. 30. I'm depressed now. 33 isn't that old, okay? It's too old to be doing this. No matter what you think, it's way too old to be doing whatever this is, right? Okay. Can we agree on that, chat? To the Giga Zoomers, to the mid 30-year-olds, can we agree on one thing, which is that he's too old to be pulling shit like this. This is cringe of a young person, right? He's way too damn old to be doing this. Thank you. I'm glad. Absolutely. Okay. I'm glad that we at least.
I think it was for the back unit. Yeah.
My identity was because of bullying in childhood, but then I only transitioned as an adult.
Bullying in childhood, we established.
What the fuck?
The report that you told me to read.
Nah, that
bullying
shit's
in
kind of
childhood
whack. I was
resulted in
fighting the other guy with that. He
arresting.
never hit me with it. I think like a couple times, but isn't that good?
The study you sent me
Yeah.
about
within that study.
bullying, the conclusion was that bullying results in less people transitioning. So you says it's a result of social media. Well, you didn't have social media. Then you says it was a result of bullying. But this study you told me to read says bullying reduces the amount of people who transition. So how is it that you were trans before, outside of all of these influences that are turning people?
Oh, and I think I got the buckler
Well,
too.
firstly, I'm an individual, so I'm one person. So my experience is not reflective of every single person that's become trans out there.
Oh, I unlocked it for
That's
purchase
crazy.
too.
Then
I
why
got
do you keep
one and I
talking
unlocked
about
one.
it? Almost
I
like
unlocked
somebody
one and
cares.
unlocked one for purchase.
That's remarkable.
But the thing is, I became trans as an adult because I really
Okay.
struggled with my identity throughout my whole life. Yes, I did get bullying. Every case is different as well. Some people are bullied because of their gender identity. Some people are not. So every single case is different. But the reason I became trans was, you follow my journey, the Korean stuff. That was me trying to find myself and trying to, fit in because I hated the way I
Well,
looked.
if your journey
Hmm.
is a personal one, which I totally understand, then what gives you the right to project your personal experience onto others?
Well, I speak to detransitioners every day. I speak to parents. I speak to women.
So
and
don't
they
you,
are very
that assumes a bias, Ollie.
Hello,
You're
women.
talking all day to detransitioners. We've also established, because we, I think, like studies, or I don't know if we decided, I think you said you like studies, because 27 of them made a consensus that 99% of people that transition don't regret it. So if you spend all day talking to the 1% that do regret it, don't you believe that underlies?
Oh, there's the damage mitigation. There's the stats.
Well, no, I don't believe it because
Okay.
I talk to all sorts of people. I talk to parents that have trans kids, and they're trying to navigate through that. And the general consensus with everyone I speak to, because I'm not right wing or left wing. I'm just very much in a sense. I'm just trying to help people. Use
I'm
my
not
platform
right-wing
to
or
try and help
left-wing. I
people.
just hate
The
trans
general
people.
consensus is we shouldn't be doing this to kids, and there generally is a concerted push over the last 5 years to medically transition children. If kids want to experiment, if a girl wants to be a tomboy, nobody has a problem with that. If they want to become trans as an adult, that's on them. But the issue that I talk about every day, I talk with parents, I talk with all these detransitions, is when this happens to kids. That's the issue I'm speaking about.
Right, but
It's
that's
not
so
about
rare.
people being trans.
Let me ask you another question, just to pivot a little bit.
Mhm.
I'm one of the people that would say Ollie London is willing to do anything for attention. You have probably some kind of, I don't want to diagnose you, I'm not a psychiatrist, but there is some
Mentally ill.
craving for attention, clearly, right? Good or bad. I mean, you said about like Korean, you said your pronouns were Korean, you said,
I want you to be a walking advertisement for opportunities and destruction.
I could do that. Love that. That's fucking awesome.
you were going to get your penis size reduced so that you could look more, you could be a more authentic Korean. I mean, these are not serious things. You seem to be a provocateur. Is it possible that you are
No, he's being
participating
nice.
in this right-wing grift because one, it's making you a lot of money, and two, it's getting you a lot of attention? Is that possible that you actually don't care and that your beliefs are empty? Is that
No,
possible?
absolutely not. So when I struggled with my identity for years, I generally was struggling and I was lashing out at bullies. And the more
Is that
I would get
possible?
bullied online,
Is
like
it possible
YouTubers,
you're a
TikTok,
soulless,
the more I was acting crazy because I was
godless,
trying to feel validated
demon?
and loved. And, it was very unhealthy. even
Is it possible you're inhuman? Possibly a lizard? Maybe?
Quite a
Oh,
open
lucrative
hand.
deal.
They're very glad
Do you have
to
a
be
heart,
using
Ollie?
you as a mouthpiece against trans people, so it must feel good to be
Oh,
being
we got
accepted from somebody,
robots.
even if it
Let's
is
give a
at the
scan.
detriment of many people who are at risk.
Nothing. We're clear to go.
Look at his face. You know what? God should set up a candid camera, like a hidden camera at the pearly gates, so we can see people's faces when he tells them they're going to hell. Cause I'm 99% sure when it's Ollie's turn, he'll be given this exact same face as our boy is reading off all of his sins. He's destroying him. He's actually obliterating him. Yeah, pearly gate fail cam. He thought he was getting in.
Trans people. It must feel nice to
No.
have people supporting you.
No, it's nothing to do with that at all. I could have easily continued doing K-pop. I could have focused on TikTok, which, I used to really enjoy doing TikTok. I'm not the best singer. I like to make fun, entertaining videos. I could have stuck with that. In actual fact, when I detransitioned, I
Just
lost
scanning the area over here, boys. Don't mind me.
New York Fashion Week, I was front row.
I'm
everything.
covering
I
energy
was
as I do.
I'm actually shocked that he was even allowed
What
to
the
be there
fuck?
in the first place. But the fact that he was even invited to any of these places proves how little big business actually cares about minorities.
I mean, that's the biggest show in the world, or it was. Rest in peace to the GOAT.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he was the original goat. But no, it's nothing
let me-
to do with
so-
that. No.
So you
Guy-
say it's not possible that you are just doing this for attention. If we go back, here's a recording of you saying that you're using the BLM movement for attention and for cameos. Here, listen.
Millions. So basically, every time I do a music video, it's like, if it's £1 million, it's £1,000. So if I just keep releasing music videos, that's like enough. And then also because I've been a lot on Twitter, there's been so many people talking about me on Twitter because I'm supporting the Black Lives Matter and protests and stuff. So I had 200,000 views on.
Alright, gotta fuck these up.
So because of that as well,
Let's
I'm
not
getting
waste
a lot of
any
content.
ammo.
So it's just, I'm just staying relevant in the news, on TV and stuff, because the more exposure I have, if I'm trending on Twitter or whatever, on TV, then the more cameos I get. So yeah, just.
So here you say.
I keep forgetting about my kick. That thing is good.
Shit. What the fuck? I
Look at
didn't
that
know-
dipshit.
I didn't know bro had
Got
the
spiders over
grifter
there.
audio. He had the grifter audio. Yo, what? That's crazy. Fuckers are so dumb, right? Can you imagine? Hey guys, so yeah, so I don't believe like anything that I'm doing, and I've like really, guys, dude, you won't believe it.
Dumbass.
They actually thought that I care about these Negroes, bro. Yo, I put on the pussy hat, and they were all fawning over me. You don't even get it. You don't even get it. These bitches were like, go talk, bro. The only thing that's talking is that money, bro. You don't even understand. Anyways, I'm so glad I can piggyback off of anything to make a dollar.
There we go. Fucking
I'll put you at
asshole.
the bank, okay?
Quick little
Stay
fuck.
Frosty. I know I will. That's fucking nice. Oh. I would never. If I was fleecing you guys, bro, for one, I'd be doing a bad job at it, and two, like, I don't know, bro. I am like, I am shocked. I am kerfuzzled. How you would
Kerfuffled?
leave the, hey, just so you know, I'm a huge grifter audio laying around.
You're supporting BLM to stay relevant and because it gets you more cameos. Have you been getting more cameos?
Jeez, we got a whole fucking army over here. Let's clear these guys out.
Audio was from a number of years ago.
Oh, is it?
Edited deceptively by
Oh.
somebody that was completely uncredible. And
I'm
just
coming,
basically
boys.
attention.
It's your voice, correct?
It's my voice, but it was edited deceptively to try
Oh,
and make
this
me
asshole on the
look
side.
So what's the deception?
Come on. Where you at?
So I'm not doing any of this. What I'm doing now is to try and help people. Previously,
Oh,
Okay, we need some energy.
Okay. The freaking. Oh, I've never seen somebody dodge so quickly in my entire life. Just like. He should be maybe his next thing is he should be a lineman. Who knows? Well, that footwork, it's crazy.
even I'll admit
What's
it,
the
previously I
deception,
had some
Ollie?
very
Tell
unhealthy
me it's
behavior.
deceptive. I'm open to hearing you out. How is it deceptive?
I'm explaining. So, previously I had unhealthy behavior where I was generally like thinking, oh, how many likes can I get? How many views can I get? Because I was in a really crazy mental health place. And, the more surgery I would get.
Damn, these
I'd
snipers
feel
are
worse
catching
about
me from the
myself,
side. Who the
so I
fuck
was
is this
trying to validate
dickhead?
online views and things. But in fact,
Unlike
talking
now.
to BLM actually. No, I'm not doing it now. If I wanted to,
No.
Ethan,
Which is
if
why
I
you're on
wanted
the
to.
show.
No, if I
That's why
wanted
you're on
to
Tucker.
get attention and stuff, I would stick to doing TikToks. I would stick to doing.
Well, he's not on Tucker anymore. Nobody's on Tucker
Chip.
anymore. So,
my K-pop music
You're getting
videos.
a lot more attention right now. I mean, you're getting a lot of attention.
How the
In fact,
fuck did I miss you? Oh, I wasn't locked on. God damn it.
Well, what I'm doing now is because I've actually come to a realization that I have had some very unhealthy behaviors in the past, and I'm trying to remedy that. Because I can't sleep at night when I think, have I done something bad? Have I been a bad influence? So I'm
you think him and Milo are dating?
Who the fuck is
Think they
shooting
know
that
each other?
electric
What do you guys
shit?
think? Wait, I can't say that because Milo's husband is black, right? Milo likes that BBC, so I forgot. Oh yeah, they can after Oily got his penis reduction surgery. I forgot about that. Oh, that's anyways.
actually trying to
The
remedy
most
that and develop my
toxic
time
I can tell you,
relationship.
if that's what you're concerned about, you're going to feel really bad when your next phase comes around and you realize that
It's
you're
not a phase, even
the
if-
mouthpiece for really hateful people.
Ethan, it's not a phase, and I'm not a mouthpiece for anyone. I'm literally just trying to speak up about
I'm
issues that
literally-
I have finally woken up to see what's going on in the
It
world.
seems
I'm
to
actually
me
thinking-
Go away.
that if we look at all of your different iterations of your personality, the one consistent thing is a need for attention.
Well, you could say that about Trisha Paytas, who was your best friend and used to do a
Oh, I
podcast
do say
with.
that. I mean,
She
yeah, I would
had-
say that about Trisha Paytas, sure. Are you like
She had
Trisha
different
Paytas?
identities, but she had a wake-up call, and then she realized
Twins.
that she could be an influence to others, and she's really a positive girl. She's doing amazing things at the moment, and I
Is she?
had a wake-up
Trisha
call
was
as
a
well.
bigot, I believe. Do you empathize with that, Ollie, as a former trans
Well,
person?
Ethan, I'm vegetarian, so I wouldn't empathize with her being
So you're
a
saying
chicken
you're
nugget.
like
I
yeah,
transitioned
congratulations on that.
from bad
We
bitch
support
to
that.
chicky nuggy.
Ollie, do you believe you're like Christian?
No,
Chicken
I'm not
nugget,
comparing myself
what?
to her. I'm just saying that she had a lot of identity struggles. She had some
All this
unhealthy
down
behaviors.
here.
I had some unhealthy behaviors. I struggled, but I'm remedying that now. I'm working hard every
Like
day.
this.
Don't
to
even
and be a
try
good
it.
person, to try and help people, and that's what I'm focused on. So people can
Good.
call me what they want. I'm not a mouthpiece for anyone. I'm literally trying to help
Okay,
make
let's
the world a
pivot.
better place.
Let's pivot. This came
Where are
about
all these
when you
dickheads
found
up
God,
here?
right? You and you can fill in the blanks here. You were confused. You were a transgender woman. You were selling kids lunchboxes depicting a trans woman on it.
That's
pretty
true.
Low by your own definition.
That's
and
true.
then you were walking around and you found God. You entered a church and then you realized, hey, this is a cool vibe, maybe.
Well, now,
I'm not there,
before I
dumbass.
started to go
The
to
fuck?
therapy, so basically,
That's dumb.
All right. It's so good. All right, we can't watch all of this, but that is very funny. That is really, really funny. I haven't seen somebody get their ass beat that hard in quite some time, I will say. That is so good. Good job, Ethan. Good job. Yeah, Oily kind of got eviscerated. Wait 1 second. Come here. Come here. Oh. Hi. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.
I just don't understand what the issue with that is. Like, I'm naked underneath my clothing. Unless you're hiding a secret from me, you are too. I just don't understand. What about the depiction of nudity on a screen suddenly robs us of moral character?
These films were calculated to transgress social boundaries. They were calculated to do this. That's why they were created, and they
I like
created
that.
Who's a little dickhead over here flying? Trying to get into some trouble.
And they created outrage
Come on, boy.
among the public. The public was demanding that
Go back
government
home.
get involved and basically shut Hollywood down. Okay, so there was a kind of compromise. They had a guy, the postmaster.
Got some more oil
Mr.
tankies.
Hayes, he came
Oh, they're
in.
dead.
This was a battle between Protestants, Catholics, and Jews. Okay, the Protestant ruling class
The Jews!
ran the country.
No.
They were the guardians of the moral order. The Jews had just come from Eastern Europe. They had stolen this technology. They were using it to corrupt the morals of the people, and the people were outraged.
Stolen what technology?
Ah, shit.
The,
Need to recover.
film technology.
How did they steal it?
That's
There we
a minor point. That's
I think
beside
they
the
just.
point.
I think they just used it. Wait, actually, hold on.
That's no wait,
There's-
wait a minute.
you're-
You're diverting me from the story here.
Well,
which
no,
is
no,
that there's
but I've been
outrage.
reminded of historical allegory. In this example, is Hollywood not Christ-like? Jesus Christ was transgressive in his time, was he not? And when he preached his word, to his
Resupply,
flock,
thank
he
God.
attracted from Rome, you know, the
Yeah, I wasted a lot of
condemnation
ammo.
the state.
Not wasted, but
transgression was the mechanism through
used.
which he, sacrificed himself to absolve humanity of sin.
You're using the word transgressive in an equivocal fashion that simply does not apply. Jesus Christ did not transgress the sensibilities of the people.
Got another
his
set of
time. He
fuckboys
went
out
his way
here.
Not to transgress those
He
sensibilities.
got crucified.
You have to move
I think
fast.
He made a few
That wasn't
people
his-
angry.
He did. He made the Jews angry, and they crucified him. You're absolutely right.
Wait, hold on. The Jews were acting on
Oh, I
behalf
just fly
of
around these
Rome,
dickheads.
and Rome
I'll just
did
kill
not
'em all,
like
put 'em out their
Jesus
goddamn
Christ.
misery.
You know those coliseums you're fond of? They fed Christians to the lions.
Let's go,
right?
boys.
You guys were the transgressors back then.
Are we talking about pornography?
We're talking about transgression.
Back to the 1920s, Hayes tried to rein them in, and he failed. Okay, he failed to rein Hollywood in. They continued to
Oh, that's it?
produce these transgressive films. The people continued to be
Nice.
outraged.
Transgression
the
is good,
government
is it not? It's Christ-like.
No. So the people were outraged.
Wait, what do you mean no? What's wrong with transgression? Shouldn't we always work to push the boundaries of society forward?
Let's get some loot.
No.
Why not?
No.
Christ did.
Nope, no loot.
That's not what I've already explained that. You're ignoring what I said.
Have you read the Bible, sir? He was quite subversive in his time.
Who the fuck is that? Oh,
I'm not diverting you. No discussion on Christ is the diversion. Everything in the world but Christ is the diversion. I'm just telling you, like, he made a lot of people angry. He was the king of the Jews, and for his word, he was
Let's
persecuted
go.
by Rome, as were many Christians afterwards. So I just don't understand. Like, again, I need to know, like, what is it about the naked body that's wrong to see on the screen? I've seen it in real
Oh
life.
shit,
It
this
hurt me.
dickhead.
It
Who
was
the
cool,
fuck
actually.
is this?
Yes, that's precisely what we're talking about. Because people wear clothing.
Wow, we
for
got
a reason.
bootlicker bot.
Okay, and here was Hollywood
Already
transgressing
subject for
those
termination,
behaviors,
high
and
on the
everyone
list.
is
Oh, he's got a
outraged.
blade? What is that? A
reason?
gun?
Everybody get
Oh,
involved.
two of
So
them.
At this point, the Catholic Church got involved. Okay, and the Catholic Church created an institution called the Legion of Decency. The Legion of Decency organized a boycott of Hollywood films in Philadelphia.
Dumbass.
And, Warner Brothers ended up losing $100,000.
Holy sh- what the fuck was that?
In the depths of the Depression, at a time when they
Where's this
were in
buddy at?
serious debt,
I'll kill you. Bitch, get the
because
fuck out of here.
They had to get into talking pictures and they had to buy that technology.
The porn industry is clearly doing pretty well now, so obviously there's
Heal,
plenty of
heal.
things back.
Oh, heal,
I just
heal.
don't
Bro,
understand.
heal.
You-
What the fuck?
You have to know, unless you don't know at all. Like, why is it wrong?
What the
to have
fuck was I
nudity?
just standing there not
If you
healing?
can see it in real life, and it's fine in real life. What about seeing it on a screen makes it less fine? What is the categorical
Oh,
difference?
shit. God damn.
The categorical difference is that it's a
You're getting the kick
film
now?
produced
Ugh.
for profit.
He's slow.
exploiting People's weaknesses.
What about
That's-
amateur
it-
porn? Like just two people, like a boyfriend and a girlfriend. They're both 25. They just film something, put it out there for free. What about that?
Yes, that's also transgressive, and it's a type of manipulation that could only exist if it were tolerated by the authorities who are running the internet.
Who's being
Ooh.
manipulated?
Damn, what a cool finish. I didn't even mean to do that.
All the people
I was just pressing the wrong
in
shit,
this
trying to do
country
something
are
else.
being
But that was cooler.
manipulated by this use of pornography.
Let me look
whether
at
they
that.
Like it or not.
How? It's
Whether they
just
like it or not.
it's just
Okay.
there. You go online and
Oh,
you're like,
did a little
I want to see
skidoo
these
on him at the
websites,
end.
and then you
It's
type
not just there.
into Google.
It's not just there. It's not just there. There are people who actually imitate what they see,
By
and
having
that's
sex.
one aspect of this. So if someone gets fired up by pornography and he goes out and rapes someone, there's a victim because he
Damn.
is allowed to view images.
I wish they would have used the
or
adaptive triggers, but the game is
influences
$60.
Rape rates were higher before porn.
I think if they charge, games normally charge $60 when they don't use the next gen features. Some games just say fuck it and they still charge the 70, but oh, I got 400,000.
The question is,
Oh,
what-
bonus
what
392.
type of
You had to fight those
manipulation
dickheads at the end.
of human passion is the government
The blow
going to
bros.
allow? That is the big question, because nothing ever happens without government approval. And that's precisely the crisis
Or the
that we
incest
faced in the
twins.
1930s.
Brother and
Catholic
sister
Church
combo.
stepped in
Luke and Leia.
basically made a deal
Lover
with
and
Hollywood. Okay?
brother.
If you continue to do this, okay, we will then expand this boycott to every.
I was asking about you, Walter.
Oh shit! What did I walk into?
Bigger things. The coral. You better find it.
I've got bigger things than coral.
Turns out, our friend's fears were warranted. Don't spend too long dealing with the PCA, Walter. Clock's ticking.
God damn it! She's worried about Walter's coral.
Major city in the country, all of which have large Catholic
I don't
populations.
understand what this history.
And
lesson
She sounded
has to
kinda
do with the
horny.
morality of the issue.
Is
just
you looking
keep
for a little
talking
date?
about,
Little mech
I
date?
won. Porn is legal and it's everywhere. So let's talk about the morality. I don't know why we're talking about in the 1930s people were afraid of bare ankles. Also, rape was way more common back
On a refueling base assault. V4 has left me a message addressed to you, if I may. I knew you could do it, buddy. I've got my eye on you. That is all. We at the Archivist Group expect much from you.
Did I kill V4? Is that my friend? I think that was my ally at one of the earlier missions.
Registration number
He was cool.
23. Call sign, Raven. Your records have been updated.
Oh, he was the one that helped me fight the tank. He's dead? Fuck.
I'd like you to further hone your technique.
Damn. New mercenary data added to the arena. Oh, fuck yeah. I've got a million money.
Like in the Middle Ages and stuff, before pornography was prevalent. So it
Let's,
seems like, if anything,
buy.
it could be because of
You're making
Actually, I'm gonna save
statements
my
that
money. I
have
don't
no
really
basis
need
in
anything.
reality.
Wait, do you
Okay,
think
a
rape is more
statement like
common
that-
now than
what are the
1496 France?
statistics? What are the statistics? This is ridiculous. The statistics of rape in the Middle Ages. They don't have any statistics about rape in the Middle Ages.
Yeah, we
so
do.
It's a
Cannon
preposterous
Eddie's a
claim.
tank.
We also have ones
I'll
from the
fuck him
early
right in the
20th
ass.
century before pornography was widely accessible. I mean, it's really internet pornography that we're mostly, because that's when it really like popped off, right? And you can actually see, if you just want to look at modern research, rates of rape have generally gone down, even as porn consumption has skyrocketed. So I don't think there's an association.
And how can I argue with modern research? How
Well,
can I argue?
if the
I'm
evidence
trying to
disagrees
connect-
with you,
I'm trying-
you can't pretend it's the
Okay,
opposite.
just to be sure there's not too much interrupting, we might have to go into the 3-minute segments that we've done in the past, just to be sure.
Oh, it's
People do
fun
like it
though.
here.
Okay, I'll let him go for it.
At this
I'm
point-
expecting this first guy to be easy as shit, and then the last few guys to be really hard.
At this point, Hollywood agreed to something called the Production Code, which banned nudity, banned ridicule of the clergy, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, the Catholics brought Hollywood under control. The guy who was involved in this was named Joe Breen. He said people like this, meaning the Jews in Hollywood, should not have total control over what people see on the screens. And he was right.
I knew
We
it.
have Another
That's all the
similar
data I need.
situation now with the new technology of our era, namely the internet, which is it's a utility. These people didn't create it, but there are people who are simply banning anyone that they disagree with because they own it. It's very similar to what was happening in Hollywood at this
Who's
time.
getting banned?
Many people are getting banned
By who?
on the internet.
Forgot what I'm doing.
This is really sophomoric. You know this?
Wait, that's not sophomore.
is
That's
really-
a very
this is
clear.
every-
Wait, hold on, wait.
I'm
wait,
fighting
really quickly,
Cannon Head.
I'll let you go. Being banned
Jesus,
for being anti-Semitic
goddamn,
has
bro.
nothing to do with the
Slow
porn
down.
industry, okay? Twitter has a TOS. That's not my fault. That's not the Jews' fault. That's your fault. Look, if we're talking about the morality
Jesus
of
Christ.
pornography, you've still, maybe it's your brain that's been darkened, and if you saw a few more pairs of tits, you would be able to understand and answer this damn question.
Holy shit.
How is it harmful to see nudity on a screen? I need to, because this is literally like the topic of the discussion. I need to know. So you say that people can imitate behavior they see in porn. So when I look at porn, you got me. I see people having sex, and I have had sex. So you got me on that one. I think people were doing that before porn.
You're done.
In terms of like violent sexual behavior, like rape,
You're
rates
done.
have gone down.
Give up.
We have a
Oh,
right
shit.
now. I mean, you don't care because I imagine
Almost
if
got him
the
first
evidence
try,
disagrees
fucking
with you,
dickhead,
it
he's
would be
fast.
From them. But rape rates have not increased with porn. So just where is the harm?
Restart program.
Like how? Like,
Increase penis
you need
size.
to convince me. Even on
Entering
the fact
glizzy
book, I've heard
overdrive.
stories about how
What is no fact? What were they involved in? What were these guys
Gotta
involved
choke on a
in when
glizzy
they're
real
watching
quick.
pornography?
Get the energy I need.
jerking off.
Let me go over here, surprise him by the
And
rocks.
that's immoral.
How is jerking off immoral?
I got some cover.
Do you have any sense
Where the
of
fuck
what
is he?
morality
Hey, loser.
I mean, can you
Well,
get-
if you did, then you
shit.
would be able to answer me.
I will answer you, okay? There's human sexuality is something that the human being has to regulate according to reason. Okay? He's not like
Jesus
an animal
Christ.
where,
All right, I got you.
electrical chemical reactions go off and he turns around and swims upstream. He has to subject human sexuality to reason, to rationality.
What reason?
Okay?
Well, the rationality is I want to jerk off, and then you jerk off. I think that's perfectly in line with the mechanisms, the faculties of
Dumbass.
reason given to me by God.
I know you do. I know you do, and that's why I say your mind is darkened. Of course you do.
What, isn't that
Of course
rational?
you do. No, it's not rational.
Give the
It's
rational
irrational.
argument for the. We'll give the rational argument for the opposite. Why shouldn't I jerk off?
Okay. Okay, because human sexuality has an end.
Almost.
You don't know this, but it actually leads to procreation.
Oh,
and the
good
creation of
shot.
Other human beings.
I can come
And so-
multiple times. It does, I'm not like done after one. Like next week, if I'm
Dumbass.
with a girl, I'll
Damn,
still
this
be able
kick
to.
is
I'm
nice.
Not in any way impeding the process.
No, you are impeding the process because you're acting in a way that is contrary
This is
to
a
the
great kit.
rationality of the sexual act. Sexual act is geared toward procreation. The sexual act is geared toward interaction with the opposite sex toward procreation. Okay,
Why?
if procreation takes place, a child comes out of that union, and that child needs to be taken care of. So this has the rationality of the sexual act, first of all, explains what its goal is, namely the unity of man and woman leading to procreation.
Why is
and
that the
then
goal?
And then after
What if I just
that,
want to jerk off? Like you
I
keep
know you
saying
want- I know
things are
it's clear-
things
it's clear
because
that
they're
not
things.
only that you want to jerk off, but it's clear that that's
You know,
the way you see
if you
sexuality.
jerk off, you can come without making a baby, and babies are really expensive and time consuming. So like, I feel like the ratio that like you should like 100 jerk offs to one baby. Even that's I think. But like again,
Yo,
you keep
this
saying
conversation
things are bad
is
because of
wild.
that.
These
What's
fucking
wrong with- What if you
debates.
just want to spend your whole life
Jesus.
jerking off? What if
Then
a
you-
person's
then you
like,
will-
this
you
is
will
what I want?
frustrate- you will
Come on,
frustrate
let's go.
The purpose of sexuality, and you're
What
doing
purpose?
what you're doing is exactly.
He's
the trap
fast.
that
I don't think
your
I'm gonna be able to kick
generation
him.
Fell into.
You know,
You're
humans
all-
weren't
you're
born
all
with clothes
sitting-
on them.
Just to be sure that there's no interruption, what I'm going to do is
Yeah,
just
this.
to answer that
Oh,
question,
he's fast.
we're going to give you
Quick
2
little
minutes to respond,
fuck.
Director Jones, and then we'll come back to you, Bosch, for 2
Gotcha.
minutes as well. We're just going to
Yeah,
flip
look,
flop.
we're really going to have to stop this constant interruption, and so what I'm trying to say here is that the
Damn,
homosexual
Rocket's right up his
is
asshole.
union
See ya, buddy.
with a member
Give me
of the
that
opposite
dog
sex,
tag.
leading to
I'll take your wife
procreation.
and children.
That's
They'll be doing my
obvious.
dishes
Act.
and
That's what
laundry.
the act is. That's what the act does. You can pervert that act, okay?
Ah,
but then
another
you're
one
not
down.
rationally, and you're not going to end up with the end that the act has to achieve.
I'll take your wife
and children. Yeah, if we're following through, the purpose of hearing is to listen to.
Just wanna
people
make sure I
hear,
sound
so
okay.
Headphones are a corruption of that rational process. Your skin clothes you. so
Nice,
wearing
thank you,
clothes-
thank you. Oh, and I got his
Oh, hold
kids.
on, Mr. Jones.
They'll grow up to be
It's a
great
corruption of that
dishwashers.
natural process. I have no doubt at your ripe old age that you've benefited from some manner of medical technology, which is again a corruption of humans' natural process. See, if we want to do this, if we want to go back to natural processes, I would be the young, strong hunter-gatherer, and you would be dead because you're twice my age. We both
Who's this
rely
dickhead?
on deviations from humans' natural role in the civilization. You don't even have to deviate. I'm pretty sure there are animals other than humans who masturbate. So I just need to know, like,
Call
why?
sign
You say
Salah.
you always refer to some nebulous purpose. I'm not
Hey,
religious,
Salah is
you know,
nuts.
though I seem to have read
No.
the Bible more than you. What harm is done if you jerk off? If anything, it helps
I
you
break my
because
penis.
It lowers your risk of
Wrong,
prostate
Bosch.
cancer, and if you nut somebody later,
Hey.
you have fresh sperm.
Oh
So,
god,
I
the
mean,
last fight that
it's
was
like
here was
clearing the
hard
gutter,
as
right? I mean,
fuck.
it's just, where is the harm? I need to know.
Yes, I've said this at the very beginning. An entire generation has been sidelined by masturbation and pornography because they can't relate to the opposite sex, and they are not getting married, they are not forming families, and they are not having children. There's the harm. And by the way, ear sets help your hearing. They don't inhibit your hearing.
Jerking off helps my dick and your prostate. That's medical science, by the way. People have been getting less prostate cancer lately because masturbation is getting more common. Probably because of porn. So, if
Gotcha.
anything,
Oh,
say
got him with a
that.
kick too. Get the fuck out of here.
And in the
Right in your
process,
goddamn jaw.
An entire
Pussy.
generation simply is not forming families. They are not.
Damn, there's a
moving in the
strong
future.
build.
They're living-
I have to be
they're living in
really,
their mother's basement,
to be really careful, though. I don't have a
weighed
lot of
down
health.
with, a vicious habit that people like you enable by promoting pornography.
I think the problem with what you're describing right now is mostly economic.
And I can be
alienation
very
to be
aggressive. I
addressed
can
with
jump right
Marxist
over them.
economic theories. Alienation from work.
Ooh,
and committing
this is
fraud.
nice.
Don't get me wrong. I agree that we have a problem with people having a difficult time getting their start in life, but I think that has way
Chatty?
more to do with a
Oh,
flatlining
God.
medium wage, or sorry, median wage.
Oh,
low
God, we got another one
utilization,
on
difficult
fucking
job
wheels
opportunities,
here.
student debt. I don't think it has anything to do with.
I think I could kick him, though, at
Don't
least.
get me wrong. There are people
Might be
who
too
have, like,
fast for
an
that,
unhealthy
though.
fixation on porn, but that's the case with
Yeah,
literally
Mr. Wheels
everything
over
in
here.
existence, right? I mean, if
Fucking
you ban
rusty-ass
something
armor,
because some people
construction
have a
bot.
toxic relationship with it, you would ban
Looking like
effectively
Claptrap.
everything. Yeah, basically everything.
Chatty
There's gotta
stick.
be, people with unhealthy relationships.
I'll
just
fuck 'em
about
up.
every modern commodity.
I don't think I got that
service.
head.
But we can do
He
better
knows
than
what
that,
he's
right?
doing.
Like, we don't have to essentialize these
Oh,
problems. If you want to fix
God.
the issues of people not going out there and making families or whatever.
Hey, buddy.
I don't think
Don't be
porn is-
shy.
if anything, like looking at porn is telling people how to do it, right? You know,
No,
goes in the right
no,
hole.
it's telling you. No, it's telling you how not to do it. It leads to isolation, and the other thing that I've already talked about in other venues is usury. It's debt. That's the other problem that is facing your generation.
Everyone's trying to run
Eroded down
away.
with student loan debt. That combined with addiction to pornography has produced.
All right,
a
let me recharge.
toxic
Let's go full
situation
assault. Hold
in
on.
which they cannot form families, and that is the harm that
So we should
results.
address capitalism, right?
I do address
Get the
capitalism.
fuck back.
I wrote a book called Barren Metal, A History of Capitalism as the Conflict Between Labor and Usury.
You fucked up.
But I thought
Ran
we were
out of
talking about
space.
Always comes back to the Jews.
Damn.
Doesn't it? Mate, Jews didn't invent capitalism, okay? Modern day laissez-faire capitalism. is a
Target
product of
destroyed.
a number
Target
of
absolutely
post-Enlightenment
fucked.
philosophies that developed
Virginity
during
stolen.
different
No. Virginity.
like, this is
Virginity
not-
taken
it- like,
with consent.
Listen, if your issue
He engaged
Jews,
in this
you can
battle.
Just say Jews, all right. You don't have to go like modern worker versus usury. Like,
I didn't want to have to do that.
interest
Oh, I
rates-
got
interest
a.
rates
I
right
got a
now are, like,
womb.
a problem.
I got a
but
womb
that's
as an emblem.
hardly the nature of the beast. You could, in fact, you could have like essentially.
I got
in fact,
12.
no, for the past 20 years, we've had historically low federal interest rates on loans, and it still hasn't fixed the problem. If anything, the problem's
Direct
gotten
hit
worse over that
damage.
time. Usury isn't the
Against
issue.
staggered
income
enemies.
inequality
That's
is.
beautiful.
So
I
to
need
fixate
that.
on the usury, I mean. You might
Where's
as
my
well be talking
defense
about,
damage
like, happy
mitigation?
merchants around every street
I
corner
need that.
offering people $5 if they sell their souls to them. I mean, you know, it's
Attacking my
talking
defense.
about
I
a
need
very
6.
edge case, dishonest framing of modern economic problems.
Let's go.
If you want to have a debate about usury, I'd be happy to come on and debate that too. As I said, I wrote a book about the conflict between labor and usury, and usury has a
Little
big role to play
AK-47s.
in creating
Actually, it's on a
whole
mech, so
generation
they're
that are
actually
unable to
fucking
start
huge.
families. But we're talking about the pornography aspect of it, which is also a very serious problem, which leads to isolation and an inability to form lasting, fertile relationships
Hey,
with members of the
I'm
opposite
shy.
sex.
Treat me nice. I said, treat me nice.
You don't run out of sperm.
Bitch.
You know? Like it keeps.
This is. I feel as if I'm giving you like. Did you ever have sex ed as a kid? I feel as if I'm. Now the fertility can only take place. You can only.
Oh my lord.
The egg if the
Was that like
sperm
10
makes
seconds?
contact with the female.
See a
But
pussy.
if you
The male has to
masturbate, you
make
can still do
contact
that.
with the female.
You can still do that. It's not one or the other.
These chain guns are
you can do both.
disgusting. My
Right, one
god.
after another if you want to. I mean, I'm young and strapping. I mean, eventually that'll go. But
Masturbation leads to isolation.
Yeah.
People who
Give
get
my rewards.
engaged in this cannot relate effectively to members of the opposite sex. Why they can't? Because masturbation.
Incoming
isolates
comms.
you in a world
I know,
of
I'm a god
fantasy.
tier.
what if you
I'm a,
masturbate with another person? Like
I don't know.
when you're in a room together.
Can't make words. Rank
It's
C.
still masturbation.
Well, if you're okay, if you're masturbating with a chick, like in the same room, you're probably gonna have sex later, right? Like I feel like that's a bonding experience. That probably makes it more likely you're gonna have.
Well, I'm not surprised that you feel that way, but masturbation is still masturbation.
Damage
It's not the
mitigation.
same as sexual intercourse.
Well,
Need
but
that.
you would do that later.
9%.
You could masturbate then have sex later.
Okay, but we're still saying they're not the same thing. You're backing up what I'm saying by saying they're not the same thing.
They're not the same thing, but like this is like saying. I'm trying to think of an analogy that highlights how dumb this is. I don't know if I can. It might be beyond me.
It may be.
But it might be. You're right. You can masturbate, and then like an hour later have sex with somebody. Like I don't think doing one of them prevents you from doing the other one.
But you do agree that they're two different things.
Well, yeah, but I don't think
Okay.
the first
All right,
hurts the latter.
that's a great breakthrough. That we can agree on something like that. Okay, and I'm saying
That sounds
they
pretty
have
good.
completely different effects on the human psyche. The one leads to communion, the other leads to isolation. And the more you engage in masturbation. Now, how does this work? Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. It goes. We've done experiments with rat brains, okay? And now this is ridiculous. What do you mean? How does it work? It works because
I didn't
the
actually
human,
say that.
because the human mind is, because the human psyche is what it is. That's why it works that
Wow,
way.
brings
Okay,
down that
look, so wait.
consumption down a
I
lot.
don't have to come up with an explanation of how it works, whatever that means. It's an empirical fact that it does work
Where
that
can
way.
I find the empiricism of that fact? If I
Go
were to look
back to
for
NoFap
research.
November. Go back to NoFap November.
I mean data.
That was empirical. That was empirical proof that people were unhappy.
Thrust, upward
with
thrust.
This whole regimen of pornography and
but
masturbation.
I did
thrust.
NoFap
which
November.
had, which
Jet
had been
duration.
imposed on them.
But I
Doesn't
did
change
NoFap
that
November.
much.
I just did it to shoot big ropes at the end. I didn't do it because I have a moral opposition to
AB
masturbation.
thrust.
It's just a challenge. I don't think that.
This isn't about you. I know that comes
Well,
as a shock.
so, yeah,
but
this doesn't-
This isn't about you. You cannot constantly reduce what I'm saying to your particular circumstances. You can't do it.
Okay.
And if you try, first of all, this is a kind of narcissism on your part that everything has to be about you. But secondly, what you're really saying is you can't understand what I'm saying. I understand that.
So you're right. I'm not following. So it's 10 p.m. I have free time before I go to sleep. I have an hour of free time. I can either play online video games, or I can masturbate. How is the latter option more isolating than the former option?
First of all, they are both isolating. They are both isolating, but masturbation to pornography is even more isolating than
How
just
so?
playing video games. How so?
Why?
Because it affects you in a way that internally, spiritually, morally, in a way that video games don't.
How? Like what? Like how? Like you're just saying that? Like how? In what way?
Have you ever heard of guilt?
I've heard of the concept.
But you think it's a bogus concept?
It's a thing I think most higher animals are capable of experiencing. So I don't think it's.
Do you
I don't
think
it's
people?
bogus.
Do you think people experience guilt after they masturbate?
Sometimes. I think that guys sometimes do. Girls don't often, I think.
Okay. Then why? Well, then you explain to me why that happens.
Because after the endorphin rush of orgasm, there's usually a come down from that feeling. But that's also the case during sex, not just during masturbation. Like I've certainly had times where having sex.
Why don't you feel sex? Why don't you feel guilt after you have normal sex? Let's say a man, a husband and wife. Why don't they feel guilt?
Well,
it's the same endorphin rush. Right?
I just said they can though, and also I've never felt guilt
they
after
don't.
coming because I'm very
But they
proud
don't.
of myself. Wait, some do.
That's pretty cool.
The feeling you're describing, the post-orgasm come down, that's just a product of an endorphin imbalance. You have a height of it during the orgasm,
No,
and then wait. This is literally wait. Come on, unless you've never come, like I'm right on this. After the orgasm, there's a come down from that period.
You're ignoring what we just said. There is no guilt experienced in normal sexual intercourse.
No,
It doesn't exist.
I'm sure some people do feel
Doesn't
that way.
exist. Well, you're sure, huh?
Do you have any evidence that it doesn't?
I have evidence that no one who engages in normal sexual activity, married people, they don't feel guilty when they do it.
You have that evidence? That's incredible. How do you have that evidence?
Because
do you
I live
like
in
a
this
Pew
world.
data? Well, oh wait, do you have like a study, or is it in your head? It's like
I'll give you a chance to respond, Dr. Jones, but I
your
do
mind
want
evidence.
to mention that we got maybe about 2 minutes before we have to transition into the Q&A.
Do we get closing statements before Q&A?
I'm open to changing it if you each want.
I just
to have
want
a
1 minute.
closing
Yeah, I
statement.
just want 1 minute.
Dr. Jones, are you okay with that?
Sure.
You bet. So we'll 1 minute each, and let's see who we started. We started with Dr. Jones. Well, Bosch, you'll go first, and then we'll have Dr. Jones wrap up. Or no. It would be Dr. Jones going first, and then Bosch, because we usually alternate. So that 1 minute is all yours, Dr. Jones.
Thank you. This is this discussion would invariably end up in a position where as soon as you make a point, we move on to another type of discussion.
It's a little sacrifice for that nice chunk of health.
But even with that, it's virtually impossible.
Oh, that's the head that he had.
Who is irrational.
Okay. Yeah.
That is the problem. So if you're talking to about masturbation with someone who is basically bragging about how much he masturbates, you're talking to someone whose mind is darkened and can't understand rational arguments, and covers over the fact by saying how and why, as if there's some type of ultimate infinite regress that's going to answer, as if there's not some infinite regress that will simply thwart any type of discussion. That's the main problem that I've discovered when you talk about something like
This
pornography.
this mech's name is Aggie Ass, stands for aggravated assault. Because I'm very close range, I'm like an assault bot, you know. And it's also it's criminal charge, so it sounds pretty cool.
Time. Thank you very much, Dr. Jones, for that closing. And Bosch, 1 minute as well. The floor is all yours.
I guess it's just reaffirming to see that these are the kinds of arguments that you get for a topic like this, you know. Why is something bad? Because it's wrong. Why is it
See
wrong?
if the head
You know why
fucked
it's wrong.
up my bot.
No, I don't. Why? Because you know it's wrong. Because it's like, porn can cause rape. Well, the data shows rape is far less common now than it used to be. Well, that's what the data shows. But like, you know,
Got
like,
plenty of
you want
dodges,
the world to be the way you
beautiful,
want it to
and a
be.
little
Like,
more health
the
too.
world is how you want it to be.
I love how
Locked in
all
your
the
mind,
little
so,
pieces on the
like,
bot
I don't
and the
think
weapons
anything's going to
move.
change your mind. I guess it's just funny to like chip away.
FromSoft,
and
they're
inside
such
your skull.
good developers, man.
It is pretty interesting.
What the
I have to
fuck is
imagine
wrong?
That, you know, tilting at windmills has left you very personal.
If I was other developers, I would
don't
be
know if, like,
copying
not
the
having
shit out of them.
things pulled up
I mean, they
way
kind of
is
are
just
making Souls
stupid
games,
up
but
there, I would
like
strongly suggest
they
you
they
reconsider
haven't done it
why
as
the
good.
direction you're taking
They
right
just
now.
refuse to copy all the actual good shit.
And it's quite dumb.
We're gonna jump
Lords
into
of the
Q&A,
Fallen
folks.
looks pretty
Wanna
good
let you know
though,
each of our
and I heard
guests
it's
are
easy,
linked
so
in the
I should have fun with that.
description. And for your questions,
Like an
I will
easy game for
give you a heads
dipshits
up.
like
We have
me.
a short 40-minute Q&A, and so as of right now, if you send in a new question, I can't guarantee that we're gonna read
160,
it. So just a
defend
heads
the
up, we're gonna try to
objective,
move fast, but
defend the main
we may not get to all
missile.
of them. The Crawdaddy 029, thanks for your super chat. And Q.
And it's quite dumb.
Additional rewards for defending
We're gonna
sub
jump into
missiles.
Q&A, folks. Want to let you know each of our guests are linked in the description. And for your questions, I've also got to give you a heads up. We have a short 40-minute Q&A, and so as of right now, if you send in a new question, I can't guarantee that we're going to read it. So just a heads up, we're going to try to move fast, but we may not get to all of them. The Crawdaddy 029, thanks for your super chat. Said, wanted to ask why the Bible was brought up during the opening statement in terms of this topic. I think that's
because
Now they're feeling ambitious and sniffing around RAD territory again.
Those nasty little roaches.
Sega's calls for fireworks, and I've got something that'll blow them away.
Looks like a dick.
The coyotes can be ungrateful, though. They're bound to come running to stop the launch. That's where you come in. Intercept them and defend the missiles.
Alright. We got one main missile and the subs.
And the PCA get a chance to see RAD's famous
The subs and the Dom. Only one Dom per 2 subs. No more than that.
Because it provides a paradigm that transcends the current orthodoxy that establishes that or that claims that pornography is equivalent to freedom. It shows the exact opposite, that sexual liberation leads to bondage. That's why I brought it up.
Gotcha. And then some of these are statements as well, Bosch. This was Anomic, who says, Bosch thinks that being a slave to your desire is freedom. This is your brain on porn.
Yeah, I'll just say, if the existence of porn makes you a slave, then that's a symptom of your weakness and nothing else, you know? That, like, our world is full of all sorts of things that people use and abuse, and if you fall victim to them, I really think
The
that's
fuck away
something
from my
about you,
missile.
You know? Like, you're basically, like, you're falling to, like, the roadside, like, licking spilled Mountain Dew off of a park bench, and then you look up at me and you're like, you want to keep this legal.
Let's go, Daddy.
You want to be a slave, and then you go back to looking up the Mountain Dew. Like, it's on you, man. Stop doing that.
This one coming in from Brewmaster Monk, and want to let you know, folks, we definitely want quality questions. So if it's just an insult at either speaker, we're not going to read it. We're looking for quality questions in the live chat. Brewmaster Monk says, Porn has
Yeah,
never
they
encouraged
are.
me to act virtuously and has severely damaged my ability to interact with women. It's a negative influence in our society. Bosch?
Well, I would, in the words of the immortal Jones, I would say, don't make this all about yourself. If you have a negative relationship with pornography, then I think there are plenty of things you can do to make your life better, and I think that you should. It's entirely possible for pornography to have a negative influence on you. You should work to better your life. But I don't think that's a good argument for like a wholesale abolition of the First Amendment. I think you need a stronger one than that.
This one coming in from Made by Jim Bob says, porn is harmful because it chemically rewards the brain to interact with illusions. That's the difference. Bosch?
The same with literally all forms of media. Books give you the same endorphin rewards when you sympathize with characters who have never existed outside the page. Movies will do the same thing. All of these things. People, usually moral conservatives, have long tried to fantasize about some imagined boundary that makes nudity in particular that special, extra secret kind of media that hurts you. It's just not true. It is not supported by any available evidence, but I know evidence is what you're going for here. It's just not true, okay? If you see more naked bodies in person, you'll stop freaking out about them online as much.
This one coming in, I think this is for you, Dr. Jones, and whether or not you actually endorse censorship, I don't know, so you can let us know, but they say porn and censorship of porn can both be bad. Just like hate speech or cigarettes, prohibition is bad.
He's dead, man.
Itself is also bad.
Jesus.
Why can't both be true, Dr. Jones?
Why can't both be true? Namely, that porn is bad and censorship is bad?
I think that's exactly what they're saying, yes.
So the more porn we have, the less censorship, right? Well, it turns out the exact opposite happened. As soon as we had porn, we had rampant censorship on every imaginable topic under the sun. So it led to the exact opposite outcome of what we expected, what we were told to expect. So back to the First Amendment, it's got nothing to do with the First Amendment. Obscenity was never covered by the First Amendment. It should not be covered by the First Amendment. If you allow obscenity, you will destroy the First Amendment, and that's precisely what we have seen with this proliferation of censorship on the internet for things that should be allowed to be discussed.
This one coming in from Asu. Asu says, what role does tyrannical family courts play
Oh,
in
shit.
forcing poor fathers from loving kids, or torn from loving kids, by live-fast judges play in making dad into a porn viewer? Let me read that again because it is a mouthful. They said, what role does tyrannical family courts play in forcing poor fathers torn from loving kids by live-fast judges play in making the dad into a porn viewer?
I think that one's for me. Or I will both go, I guess. I'm assuming the person who typed that out has trouble dressing themselves in the morning, so this is just kind of generally to the audience. Right now, family courts don't actually seem to have a bias against fathers, which was the case historically. The main reason for that historical bias was because of the patriarchal notion that women are better at child rearing. Now, the reason more women get kids after divorces is actually because the men don't want them. There is a bias in the statistics, but it conforms to the bias in the relative parentage's interests. So,
Oh
I
shit,
think
what the
that
fuck
right
is wrong
now,
with the missile?
The family courts
Missile
are
left?
not in a perfect place.
That one's getting fucked
I
up.
don't know
What?
what that has to do with the porn thing, but yeah, I don't think it's that biased against
Oh my god.
Yeah, both the feminism, the bias in the courts, and pornography all have one thing in common. They all want to weaken the male. They want to get rid of the family structure that allows men to protect their own children. That's what that's about.
You got it. This one coming in from, do appreciate it, Anomic. Anomic says, orgasm is the reward for successful mating. Can Bosch think of any reason why tricking his body into thinking he has mated every time he looks at a picture of a person could have negative consequences?
Eating meat used to be the reward for a successful hunt, and now this guy needs.
Oh, we got all the missiles off. No, they destroyed one. Fuck, man.
More meat.
Did they? Did they?
Than a hunter-gatherer could have gotten in a month.
No, only two. God damn it.
Reality has.
Damn.
Fuck.
How did that one get destroyed so fast? I thought that one had extra health.
If you want to argue that desensitization
What the fuck?
is an issue, sure, but again, that can happen with virtually anything. It's just not an issue specific to porn. I sincerely think the reason people project their issues onto porn so much on the matter of
144.
desensitization is
Damn.
because Well, it's from people who don't have the best sex lives, to be honest with you. It's supplemental. There are ways to deal with that, but lashing out against degeneracy is not going to help you.
What do we got?
This one coming in, do appreciate it. Mark Reed says, Dr. Jones, you mentioned, quote, people running the internet, unquote. Since the net is distributed systems, who do you imagine these people to be that are running the internet?
I was referring to platforms like Google, not specifically to the internet, but platforms like Google and Twitter and all these other platforms that basically are operating according to a system that allows pornography, but will not allow discussions of alternative medicine for COVID, stuff like that. That is a perversion of the...
Another 1v2, 1v4 now. Oh, that's it? Oh. Let's fucking go. I'm ready for some tanks. I got some meaty ass weapons. Thanks, man. This guy's real upbeat.
What should be a utility for the spread of information. And I'm saying that the allowing pornography has allowed these people to make even more serious inroads into things that should not be censored.
This one coming in from Sunflower says the answer to the disingenuous and bad faith question, quote, what makes porn and non-porn different, is the same reason you have to be an adult to view porn. I think that's for you, Vaughn.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously have to be is kind of a nebulous point when the internet is open to everyone. I know I wasn't 18 when I looked at porn. The reason why we don't allow young people to look at porn is because there were a lot of really complicated social, physiological, ethical, everything specific to the act of sex that we think generally should be kept from children. And I think that's good and agreeable. The issue is that also applies to alcohol. And alcohol has caused far more death and destruction than pornography ever could. But for some reason, these abolitionist types never suddenly have an issue with alcohol. It's with pornography. If you want to talk about things that should be like...
What the fuck are you doing with that sword?
Or over, like, I don't think that unique category suddenly makes it something that is uniquely harmful. A categorical distinction for an adult has to be made. As an adult man, I'm nearly 28 now, you know. You're looking at two things. A movie where people have their tits out and a movie where people don't. Nowadays, a lot of movies, people will be naked and it's not even porn. You know, the line's getting blurred a bit. Like, what is the issue? And I don't know. I don't know what the issue is.
This one coming in from Researcher says, Dr. Jones, you brought up Jewish people in this debate, and will you disavow any sort of anti-Semitism?
Yes, I'm against anti-Semitism. The problem is that the term never gets defined, and it becomes used to shut down all sorts of arguments,
that other guy.
But in particular, it's used to shut down any criticism of Jewish behavior.
Oh, dumbass.
This one coming in from Mark Nannerman says, thoughts on St. Augustine's quote cited by St. Thomas in the Summa, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, say, quote, if you do away with harlots, the world will be convulsed with lust. I think that's for you, Dr. Jones, I'm guessing. Not
yes.
Sure.
Yes. This is an argument that leads to regulation of prostitution. We're really not talking about the same thing because we're not talking about the promotion of prostitution. We're talking about the limiting of prostitution. What you have with the internet pornography is the promotion of deviant sexual behavior, which is different in this regard. Now, as to whether toleration is the best attitude toward prostitution, you know, you can argue both ways. Germany has a very lenient.
And these new legs really changed the
attitude
game
toward
for me. These
prostitution,
are so
and the
fucking
result
good.
is that men get addicted
Such a
to
good build.
prostitutes. So I don't think that's the solution. I don't think that's the solution.
Gavin Lockhart says, Bosch, rates of rape have not gone down. What study are you drawing from?
Yeah, sure. Chat linked it just a little bit earlier. I can find it again now. They absolutely have gone down.
What the fuck was that?
So we do have primitive data going back a few centuries. They didn't have modern sociological analysis back then, but we did have ways of pulling together pieces of data from various disparate sources. We have similar things for murder rates. This should not be surprising to anyone watching, but rape was more common in the Middle Ages. That's I feel like that should be intuitively understandable, but in case to anyone it is not, yeah, that's true. And then it has decreased significantly since the 1990s as well. Let me see if I can find that same. Oh yeah, here we go. So as the Bureau of Justice Statistics, I flashed this on the screen. People in modern day debate can see, but even just looking since 1973, which was of course before internet porn, we've seen a 5-fold reduction in rapes per 1,000 people. Was 2.5 per 1,000 back in 1973 to 0.5 out of 1,000 in 2003. By which point internet porn certainly existed.
Hope I get a resupply.
Yeah, I just don't think there's a correlation.
Really fucked up during that
there
fight.
might be an inverse correlation. There are countries, I think, in like the post-Soviet Union that have, or you can see when internet porn becomes accessible, you know, then rates of rape go down.
Oh shit, that's it?
Really
oh, nice.
Potential
I wonder he was so tough.
Stuff there, but I
fucking
don't think
asshole.
it makes rape happen more often.
This one coming in from Ali Mario. I think this is meant to be a thought experiment.
Nice.
Dr. Jones, they say, if the purpose of sex is to procreate, does that mean rape should be fine based on your reasoning, since it can lead to the result of the woman getting pregnant?
Message. I'm fine. I haven't forgotten. I can replay every single mission and be reminded of how much of a failure I am because I didn't get an S rank. Yep. Arena. I think now we're halfway done. Make sure to save my AC. Wait, loader name 4. Did I change it? I probably did. Let's rename. Change the AC name. Aggie ass. Aggravated assault. There we go. Survey the uninhabited floating city. I'm assuming there's gonna be fall damage. The floating city is literally a city floating. Deactivate all ECM fog control devices and survey Xylem, the floating city. Objective, infiltrate, disable targets, control devices. It's 380 for this mission. Is it really that? Just for destroying some devices? Oh, I see. Little black market mission. Oh, floating on the ocean. I'm dumb. That dinky little thing wouldn't survive a goddamn bird shitting on it.
I want you to disable the ECM fog generators so that we can resume the survey. Right now, the corporations are preoccupied with the PCA. We can be the first ones to identify where the coral is converging.
Oh shit. Let's get it. I gotta stop touching my fucking beard and piss. Time to sortie.
No.
You got it, Daddy. Thank you. And make sure I keep the volume up for the mission briefing. Don't want to miss any important details. What do we got, Cap? Damn, it's foggy. Alright, lock on range is limited. Good thing we're pretty close to medium range. Let me scan anything. Foggy.
The procreation takes place within marriage. I've already said that. Because pregnancy can result, and you have a duty, if you sire a child, you have a duty to take care of that child. And that's why it should take place within marriage. So no, rape is not an example of what I'm talking about.
This one coming in from Ram Runner says, Dr. Jones, you're against pornography, want your religious beliefs to be law, and are against usury. do you realize that you have the same ideology as ISIS? And if not, what is the difference?
I'm not against pornography because of some type of religious belief. I'm against it because it's irrational. Because it leads to control, it leads to the destruction of the social order, and all of those things have been proven now empirically. We know what it leads to. Back in the 60s, when people were talking about it as something new, everyone had to accept that as an act of a principle or an article of faith.
Here.
Now it's empirically been shown that it is completely destructive to the social order.
Oh.
And so if
the
ISIS,
beacons, hold on.
agrees with me, fine, that's great. Anyone who agrees with me, I'm happy to be agreed with.
Only that empiricism could be demonstrated.
I'll use markers to track them.
Wait a minute, just to bring that up, every time it does get demonstrated, you simply reject it. So the guy comes in, gives his personal testimony, you dismiss that as not existent.
Personal testimony is not evidence of civilizational corruption. You need strong sociological data with regressive control analysis, which I brought to you with rape rates you dismissed. So if anyone,
control devices.
Reality here is you.
So where do I find it?
I'll give you the last word, Dr. Jones, because the question was originally for you, and then we got to move to the next one.
Is there another question for me?
Oh, if you want to respond to Bosch, but you don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I'm not ignoring reality. You're ignoring reality. You're using these so-called studies as a way of denying the fact that these people are telling you what happened to them and what happened to them in their lives. You're using that to deny reality. All of those people got together.
Guess I just follow
during November, there was a widespread rejection of pornography and masturbation that went along with it, and you simply sweep that away. That didn't exist. You're saying it doesn't exist. You're the one who's denying reality. Every time you make a claim, you're denying reality.
This one coming in from Bezos' anti-bullying agency says, I think this is for you, Vosh. I think it's meant to be a challenge in terms of, I don't know if it's true. They say, funny enough, Israel uses porn as a weapon against their enemies. I'm not sure if this is supposed to, who this is for, actually. If each of you want to respond, you can.
So the use of pornographic material in military and like national security purposes is something that has been used by a number of countries. It's most commonly tied, at least in recent history, to Islamophobia, because Muslims are perceived to be more socially conservative about pornography than Israelis or Westerners, which is generally true if you're in the Middle East. Pornography is used as a way of sort of incurring humiliation. But the general trend of that behavior, which is promoting things the enemy will find obscene to demoralize or upset them, is something that goes back literally thousands of years. There were people in sieges that were catapulting, cow shit over palisades and castle walls. There have been, people who made their standard coat of arms the opposition's coat of arms with a tear through it, or with like a peasant farting into a trumpet on top. Like the fundamental idea here is very, very old. It's only now with modern speaker technology that using pornography, which has been recorded, is even technologically possible. So
you got it. And then Dr. Jones, unless you, I think you maybe actually agree on that, at least in terms of Israel using.
Well, you do. So you do agree that it's used as a weapon. Okay, so that was my point. It is a weapon, and a weapon does not bring about freedom. A weapon is between enemies, not between friends.
I can use anything as a weapon.
And secondly, to talk about cow shit and pornography in the same breath is preposterous. It's preposterous. You're grasping at straws.
You can use anything as a weapon. The purpose is to offend others, and because you have a lot in common with religious extremists in the Middle East, you and them both get offended by pornography. This would be a very ineffective weapon against me. If I heard pornography blaring on a speaker, I would only think that I had yanked out my headphones. I would not, rage at the obscenity of Western infidels. But that's yet another way in which I'm more battle ready.
Xylem is fully operational.
Yeah,
So coming in from Ollie, Mario says, who was it that's introduced porn in Japan, and have you seen some of the stuff they make? It's far worse. So I think this is alluding to the idea that people have purposely introduced porn, whether it be in the United States or elsewhere.
Fight back against what?
I think this is for you, Dr. Jones.
Yeah, the American occupation introduced pornography in Japan. The same thing they did to Germany. This was the regimen for a conquered country. I'm more familiar with the situation in Germany because I lived there and I studied it. But basically, as soon as the Morgenthau Plan to starve the Germans to death was replaced by the Marshall Plan, Germany was flooded with pornography. And there was an all-out battle for the entire 1950s over obscenity laws in Germany.
So just to quickly clarify so there are no historical inaccuracies, not only did Japan print pornography for centuries before the West ever opened their gates, they were so in demand in the West that Western aristocrats and wealthy patrons would pay lots of money to get those prints, for our entertainment. And the Weimar Republic before World War II was actually considered a socially progressive haven, particularly Berlin,
There's a rest of
where
them.
they did indeed have a thriving porn industry, though of course a thriving porn industry back in the 1920s would have been, like, compared to today, is like nothing, of course, because they didn't have internet video.
That's true, and the Weimar Republic led to Nazi Germany. Hitler rose to
Which was
power,
bad.
basically by complaining about the decadence that had been spread throughout Germany during the 1920s. That was a reaction, and then they had the same reaction after Hitler was completely defeated. They had the same reaction. The German people reacted in exactly the same way when the United States started promoting pornography in conquered Germany.
I think in retrospect, the Germans find the Nazi thing more regrettable than the pornography thing. Yeah, I don't think Americans promoted pornography in Germany during the occupation after the war. It just happened because people like porn. Like, you don't have to promote it.
Nothing just happened. Nothing just happened in Germany after war. In order to have a magazine, a book, a TV show, a movie, you had to get a license. You had a license from an official of the American government. So nothing just happened in Germany.
People printed
Holy shit.
pornography illicitly all
fuck?
the time for a long
Oh,
time.
he's got little
And what's
sniper
more,
pussies.
If American
fuck
officials
over here.
allow
Come on.
for the production of pornography in West Germany, that's not the same as them promoting it. It's just the
No,
same
it is.
allowance.
First of all, there is no evidence.
Damn it,
of
and
what
there's
you
no
just said.
repair.
And secondly, it is exactly the situation that nothing got printed in Germany without the permission of the Americans. And if they allowed it, it meant they promoted it.
Why shouldn't they have allowed it?
Here we are
Like,
back at
just
square
to wait,
one.
just to be clear, the
Back
only
at
reason
square one.
the American government is relevant here at all is because their position
Oh,
on
supply?
pornography is being contrasted with the Nazis. In the Weimar Republic, they did print pornography. So
Is this a
what you're
resupply?
telling me right
Oh.
now is that you would have sided with the Nazis.
ACs.
That you would have been in West Germany.
I can get 'em for help.
stodgy old
Yes.
fuck, with your arms crossed.
Let's get 'em,
going,
boys.
Well, they may have killed 6 million Jews, but at least the Nazis had the right idea about not letting people draw pictures of boobs on pieces of paper. Like the only reason the Americans
I'm
introduced
coming.
it is because the prior government was the Nazis.
Let's go, team.
I mean, they introduced
Bringing it all in.
So
everything
you
after that.
admit they did
Let's go, time.
So you admit that
Summon
they
the
did
troops.
When I
introduce it.
put up finger quotes when I said introduced, that meant that.
So you do until you're challenged and then you don't.
No, finger quotes mean
Gonna
that
fuck
I'm
that
being
shit up.
sarcastic.
No,
I don't.
Oh,
think-
they're already
You
sucking
do
his
it.
hell.
If it was around
Let's
in
go.
the Weimar Republic, then they didn't introduce it. They just allowed it after the Nazis did, which before the Nazis it was also allowed.
Forward. I hate to do this, but just
Sorry, yeah.
JPG says, besides from sexualizing everything, are we ignoring
Yeah,
the
them
side effects
boys.
of porn on the brainwash? It's worse than most drugs out there. I'm an ex-addict.
No, you're lying. If you think that the effects of porn on the brain are in any way
Get 'em,
chemically
boys!
comparable to the use of drug abuse, no, you're making that up. Porn addiction can correspond to, dopamine withdrawals and overstimulation and resistance to.
God, I'm
future
running out of
stimuli,
ammo. I
the
needed
same
help with this.
interest in anything else. Haven't you seen a person burn themselves out playing video games? Haven't you seen a person get really obsessively fixated with some movie fandom and then slowly lose interest with time but not know how to replace it with something else? Haven't you seen people fall out with the sport? Like, this pattern of behavior is
all
just
out
a
of ammo.
flaw in the human brain. We're just weak, The Chad move here is to overcome that weakness with self-control
gonna have to kick
and
him.
discipline, not by projecting your negative experiences onto the thing that you had the bad relationship with.
This one coming in from All C says, since Bosch
Why are you going outside the zone? That's
recently
cheating,
responded to
man.
previous data,
Come
I
on.
recently searched, quote,
What is
"Rubicon
this?
on porn," unquote.
I think this
You're
is the same
familiar with
thing. I do find it funny that the idea that I am influenced by evidence is some kind of dig at me. I thought we were supposed to be preserving the light of Western civilization here, boys. You know, empiricism was an Enlightenment thing. Yeah, I'm familiar with what you're looking at. There's been a lot of research on quote-unquote porn addiction, and I'm saying quote-unquote there because, again, it really
Oh,
just seems
you're
to be the
fucked
same
now.
as the kind of fixations people form on other things. There might be some additional socially cultivated downsides, probably stemming from the fact that when people watch porn and they have a negative relationship with it, they feel sad because they're not the ones actually, you
Gotta
know,
be
fucking,
careful. Oh,
as
what are
opposed
those
to, like,
missiles?
getting addicted to movies or video games where they might not necessarily wish that they were the ones shooting Nazis in World War II, though I do. But yeah,
almost.
that doesn't mean that it's the same like chemical addiction as like a drug, you know. And then again, like compared to the other downsides, like just
Come on.
abolishing the First Amendment, taking down all
Gotcha.
pornography in media, how would you even enforce that? It just unimaginable and outdated. Like
Come
all
on.
nudity, and you'd have to ban it in other things too. You turn us into China. No, I reject it. I reject
Get the
this
fuck outta here.
Chinese bullshit.
This
What
one
the
coming in
fuck?
from
All my missiles just
Quantity
fucking
Update says, Dr. Jones,
ignored him.
People need to be sexually thirsty to force them to interact like animals. Masturbation
Bitch.
helps you though to get into meaningful, thoughtful relationships.
Come on. Why does it keep going outside the zone? Fucking cheater.
Yeah, that's preposterous.
And my
you're
missiles
flying
just.
in the face of
Why does he
reality.
do? What the fuck is that?
Vosh does
Some
all the
bullshit.
time here. They're simply
He's
not
just gonna sit
talking about
outside the zone at
reality
1
of
health.
Masturbation, which leads
Great.
to isolation. It
Come
doesn't
on,
lead
man.
to
What the
communion
fuck?
with the opposite sex. The whole point of a successful life is making some type of connection with the opposite sex. Getting married, starting a family, having children. Pornography and masturbation prevent that from happening. So therefore, it's bad.
Wait, can I ask one quick question of Dr. Jones?
No.
If you're I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, I do want to move on. We just to be fair, Dr. Jones did say he wanted to do a lot of questions to get the audience involved. So
Oh shit!
All right,
Monster says,
you've overridden me, James. That's what I like about you.
This one coming in from Mr. Monster says, Dr. Jones,
Gotcha.
but do you think it's healthy to repress natural feelings and thoughts? if
Kicked his
you're going
ass.
to disown
Get the fuck
masturbation
out of
or
here.
You're not repressing
dumb bitch.
natural feelings, you're repressing unnatural feelings and channeling them toward a goal that will lead to a happy outcome.
I wish I didn't
in
run
life.
out of ammo as
I'm
fast.
promoting the interaction between the sexes, which is precisely what masturbation and pornography inhibit. I don't know why that's so difficult to understand. The people in this generation have failed to start families. They've failed to embark upon life for two main reasons. It's pornography and student loan debt. I'm proposing a way out of that, which does involve, by the way, self-control. Yeah, I agree with that.
This one coming in from.
I wish he would have given me a
Agency says,
resupply, but the
acting like
ACs were
porn
cool.
desensitization
That was a nice substitute.
Doesn't exist is outright dangerous.
So I hear. Must be a tough time to be the Vesper's deputy commander.
It is hard work, big dick work.
The plan to raid the PCA. You're going to need more pawns on the board. Of course, you're here to hold your services again. Very well. I'll consider that much of yours part of the effort. One more thing. Show my enemies some respect. Gen Force is as good a pedigree as any other.
I really don't like this business about me being his dog. I'm like his slave pet, his pet human. In a sexual way. Yes, Air?
dangerous and harmful to young society, Bosch?
I'm terribly sorry. Could you repeat that question for me?
Hey there, buddy. Got a request from Marcus for you. Here's the briefing from my CEO. Keeping up with the plan. This is V2 Spare. I shall brief you on the operation. You will be under my direct authority. Consider it a rare privilege. We will conduct simultaneous surprise raids up to planetary closure administration bases. One is the Hall of Communications base, the relay for comms between enemy squads. The second is the former Bertram spaceport, seized by the PCA for its suppression fleet. V4 Rusty will be dispatched to handle the Olive base. His objective will be to disable their network and prevent support from PC elite squads. Raven, during this time you must destroy all the heavy warships berthed at the spaceport.
Oh shit. Yes. Gotta kill all the Umas. Make sure they don't invade Earth.
Disruption of PCA comms won't last long.
Oh, it's a time limit.
I'll come support you when I finish on my end.
Beautiful. Nice. Man's coming for the second half of the fight. Hope he doesn't run away like a bitch during the boss. Let's go, Big Daddy. Yeah.
You bet. They said acting like porn desensitization doesn't exist is outright dangerous and harmful to young society.
I think I've acknowledged that it exists plenty of times, both in the Q&A and in the conversation beforehand. I just don't think that it's a uniquely harmful force outside of the desensitization that we experience with plenty of other things. Yeah, the problem at the end of the day is we're so obsessed with narratives. This is really the conservative desire to resolve any urge to feel responsible for your own personal failings. Have some self-control, okay? If you have a negative relationship with pornography, you know, stand up, stop, like, learn to stop consuming it, work to better your own life. But instead, because you can't admit your personal
I'm taking
weakness,
him out.
you have to go on this gigantic tirade about how society is destroying you, or the Jews are destroying the West. No, it's you. You're doing this. You're having it done to yourself, you know? And if there are issues, you know, and you can find them across the board, tons of different mediums, not just pornography, but if there are issues, that's your responsibility to take care of it. I've had issues with, like, video game addiction, kind of, and I pulled back on that, you know? It's a process of will.
Just
Humans are
destroying
fallible.
everything in
It's
my
just
way.
a
Get the fuck
matter of
out.
working towards self-betterment, a constant, unceasing process until you die. You'll never be free of it. And if they banned porn, you know goddamn well you'd be jerking off to every curvy piece of driftwood you saw at the beach, okay? So don't
Well,
pretend
maybe you
like that
would.
would absolve.
Maybe you would.
I would. If they banned porn, yeah, I would.
I know.
Yeah.
I figured that out.
We'll move into the next one. This one coming from the Necrocrat says, Dr. Jones, have you heard of Dr. Alden's theory on how porn is harmful? I have a feeling, let's see, you maybe haven't, but maybe an obscure researcher. This one coming in from Bezos' anti-bullying agency says, does Bosch at least concede free porn sites should have age restrictions to prevent young children from using their services?
Well, you can't. The age restrictions are just you
Resupply?
click the button saying
Do I really need
I mean,
to?
I don't think that does anything. I think they all already have that. But yeah, like, I don't think 12-year-olds should be looking at porn. So, like, in concept, yes. If you're a parent, you should install, like, content blockers on your computer. I don't know how well those work. Like, if your kid's super tech savvy, they could probably get around it or whatever. But yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah.
This one coming in from Camille Chowie says, ask why
go.
Dr. Jones accepted this debate topic and ask if Bosch will debate Nick Fuentes. So we'll give you, Dr. Jones, if you want to go first on the topic.
Because I think it's an
Okay, I'm
important
coming,
issue.
boys.
And
Think you're
apparently
slick?
there's still people
I'm
out there
slicker.
willing to defend it. And they
Not the
defend it,
rapist.
or it's an important issue because most people don't understand it. As I said before, most people see this as an idea of freedom, and it's not, to fail to see the control mechanisms that are behind these ideas, behind the illusion of freedom.
Oh, I'm gonna
So I
sneak
think
up
it's
on
worth
him.
talking about.
And then Bosch,
Damn it.
whether or not you'll debate Nick Fuentes.
It's been 2 years. I've just said email me. This is just, listen, if at the end of the day, like, what you want is he calls me like fat, and then I say virgin, and then we both hang up, okay? It's really boring, all right? At this point, this isn't even about your positions. It's literally just about, like, some inevitable chemical reaction you're looking for. This is like watching paint dry. It's been 2 years. Oh my God. Holy shit. Nothing has happened. Nothing ever will happen. Now he's banned from everything, too. It's just boring now. Holy Christ.
This one coming in. Sorry, folks. I gotta warn you. Please don't send any more questions because with the limited time of Q&A, I don't think we'll be able to get to them. I just want to let you know that up front. This one coming in from Do Appreciate Your Question. John Carter said masturbation is objectively more evil than rape. It violates the natural law, which is more grave than a violation of justice. Let's see. I think that's intended for you, Bosch. Do you want to respond?
Why is it that the greatest defenders of Western civilization are the people most incapable of applying the philosophical precepts it gave to us? Like, do you guys think you can just say anything? Just like, well, I think that spinach dip is the greatest evil since cable television. What are you talking about? It's not enough to just say words, you know. They have to be ordered in such a way as to convey information, and you have to back that information up.
This one,
God damn.
The point here is it has to do with the sexual act, the logic of the sexual act. And rape is actual sexual intercourse, and so it would be less removed from nature than masturbation, which is not natural intercourse, and not as far removed as.
Let's get a 2v2. Where's my boy at?
A violation of the nature of the sexual act. I think that's where that guy's coming from.
You know what else is
V4 Rusty, high-ranking PCA officers.
Jones, do you want to just put him up sometime?
Power Ranger bot ready. I'm ready for combat.
Like, what are you
Do you like my
about?
paint?
I
got a little pink on my back, my shoulder blades.
Back in the good old days, we would just hit each other with rocks, right? And I guarantee you I can lift a bigger one than you. This deference, and it's always the weakest people who defer to it, by the way. The only reason that you weren't cast out from the tribe and left to be eaten by wolves for your degenerate anti-Semitism is because modern civilization coddles you like the infant that you are. The idea that you of all people would be relying on this, oh, well, rape is more. No, rape isn't more anything than anything, okay? Shut the fuck up.
Where's that other dickhead?
This one coming in from Jay.
That's your comment on debate?
Got a bigger rock than you, Jones?
This one coming in from Jay Grimes says, Dr. Jones, what does your view of sexual liberation mean for LGBT rights?
Sexual liberation is... sexual liberation means liberation from sex as it is intended to be.
Shit,
the
I need
natural
help.
order of sex, which is basically between a man and a woman. So all homosexual activity is a violation of the natural order.
Damn, I'm getting him with that kick.
So why
Man
these
tried to
people
take my
should
kill.
have special rights because they're violating the natural order is something that I can't explain.
He exploded.
This one coming in from
He's not gonna survive that.
Report says, click like everybody. Thanks for your support. And Silent Shout says, Bosch, if you're a Marxist, why are you defending oligarchs, student loans, debt, and women's sexual exploitation through pornography?
What?
I got one expansion. I don't know how to use it.
I only consume furry pornography drawn by poor college students, so I don't
Mission
know what you mean
update?
by
Oh
oligarchs.
shit.
Exploitation of women, same point addressed. What are you talking about? You realize that from a Marxist perspective, every single industry is exploitative, right? Like, a Marxist would be the worst person to talk about with this. Like, you know, because...
Identify signal
what else?
coming from underground?
Yeah, well, farming's exploitative. Yeah, that's the problem. We should address those
What the
problems.
fuck?
If you want to make it less exploitative for women
What
in the
is
industry, there are reforms
going
that you can
on?
put forward. Because, and this is
Oh, it's a
historically
snake!
true,
Holy
illegalizing
shit!
prostitution and pornography do not stop women from being abused in those industries. Makes things worse.
Oh,
actually.
good! Whoa, this thing
there
is
are ways
nuts!
to solve these problems, but don't pretend that you care about women's rights. Like, come on. Oh yeah, you want to ban porn because you're so concerned with women's rights. Come on.
This guy's going
you try to
wild.
live shit with me. You really think anyone here is going to buy that? Like, that's what you're concerned with?
This one from Giorgio says, Bosch said economics is the reason for current
How do we get
isolation.
past his armor?
Dr. Jones has previously talked about Foucault changing leftist politics to sex instead of economics. Can he elaborate more
How
on
do we
this?
fight this guy?
Yeah, this is the default position. It's basically Voss's position, even though he doesn't really understand it. Basically,
Looks cute. Ice worm. Swimming in ice and snow. It's pretty cool.
Looks like the PCA's helped itself to the Institute's relics.
Oh, fuck.
61. Rest of the base. I'll come up with a plan to deal with our new friend.
Yeah, that snake. We're gonna have to, like, do some domestic terrorism, hit him with a bomb. Or just blow up the whole ground so he doesn't dig under. There's always more ground. What do you want, bitch?
PCA sick that Institute weapon on us, or give us an Alo's move to cooperate. ISO-2, aka Ice Woman. It's a sea woman. An autonomous deterrent created to protect the coral.
A literal sea weapon. You could probably swim, too.
If we don't take it out, no one's going to reach the convergence. We'll have a tough fight ahead of us. Everyone's getting involved.
Yeah. Get the squad.
61. Don't forget we've got a job to do on Rubicon. I didn't bring you all the way here for nothing.
Man, we've been training this for a long time. We've been doing the Olympics. Oh my god, I'm popular today. That's a lot of messages.
Heard the news, tourist.
Hey, Carla.
Nice one, huh? You just keep tripping up over the Institute's relics, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, I got something that might interest you. Sent you a briefing.
Briefing? Nudes? Somebody finally got some dick pics or some tits?
Your performance in the spaceport raid was admirable.
Thank you.
V2 and V4 left a message for you, but the arrival of that monster is a more pressing matter.
Yeah, it's a bitch.
England have agreed to a ceasefire and are looking to cooperate.
Made some new friends, nice.
Take time to formalize our agreement. For now, I've sent you another request.
Requesting dick pics? I can send you some right away, sir. Balls, too.
Registration number RB20.
Haven't been able to shave.
Raven. Your records have been updated.
Yay. Thank you.
Rank virtual encounters are now available.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You have entered the upper ranks.
You're goddamn right.
May these encounters further guide your technique.
Thank you. I hope they do. I'm just here to absolutely just fucking wash these guys. Oh, I get 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fuck this guy up. What is he, oh, he's gonna be flying. We'll fuck him up. Knock his ass out the air.
Combat altitude evaluation program number 12.
Let's go, bitch. Keep Vosh quiet for this.
Baron Flower. Call sign P3 O'Keefe. Commencing evaluation.
Let's go. I got my sound up for this. Damn, he's fast. Damn. Fucking sweeped his ass. You goddamn rat.
Concluding evaluation. Well done.
I know, I'm the man. I don't need the sound.
The left disintegrated over the period of the late 20th century. they realized that it was more important, shifted from Marx's idea that if you control the means of production, that will bring about the freedom that you
Carla?
want for.
I gotta fight Carla? Holy shit. Rusty 2? Oh my god. Let's go. Holy shit. Alright, I'm about to be team captain. Alright, I'm gonna put my sound back up. Maybe she's got a speech for me. Carla.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 11. Rape. What is this?
Carla? Is that you? What's that beeping? She trying to give me tinnitus? Okay, thanks, Carla. Alright. Let's do it. For the ranks. Oh my god, what an animal! What did she do to me? I wasn't paying any attention. Oh my god. Yeah, I fucked around at the beginning way too much.
For the working class, to a realization that that was never going to
I
happen.
think they had a special
and then
little
shift
scene.
away from taking over the economic production to the culture and then to sexuality. That's precisely the deal that Foucault did with the ruling class. He did it at Berkeley. He was a teacher at Berkeley. He had an epiphany, and basically what happened is that he came up with shifting liberation away from economic liberation toward sexual liberation, allowed him to make a separate peace with the oligarchs, and that's precisely what happened over this period of time. It happened in the 70s in San Francisco. He was a teacher at Berkeley at the time, and basically
Damn, fucking roasted Carla.
In San Francisco converting to economic libertarianism.
Oh.
And that became pretty much the default setting for the United States after that. It's basically sexual liberation, left-wing sexual liberation combined
Damn,
with
got her
regular
with the
control,
chain guns.
of the oligarchy.
These are disgusting. They better not unlock a better chain gun than this. Because I'm gonna go unhinged. I'm gonna shoot up the corporate office, become captain of the whatever.
You have to maintain a stable marriage.
I'll be captain of the leader of the next.
Actually, I've taken a look at that data. First of all, yeah, no shit, most incels have had problems with pornography. That's kind of tautological, don't you think? I mean, you're kind of selecting for the group there. It's like saying most people with porn problems have porn problems. I mean, yeah. In terms of fewer sexual partners leading to a decreased likelihood of marriage, actually, that data is largely untrue. Are you referring to the Black Pigeon Speaks video, I think it was? There was a counter video to that. I don't know who did it, but the data on that was literally done by some amateur researcher who wanted to post hoc justify his perspectives. It wasn't real research. The problem was that they were counting in the sexual partners had from people who were previously married, but then no longer were, meaning that you were adding to the perceived, sexual immorality of people who had already experienced marriage. The data was just really wonky. I don't know if there's been any substantive data on that. Like, not really. There were also confounding variables to take.
I've got the high ground,
and
Anakin.
by the way, if there are any people watching
Come to
the
me.
rise of this, okay, do not make sociological
Come on,
claims if you're
pussy.
not ready to hold your standards to sociological
Come on.
standards, okay? So, you would also need to do a regressive analysis while taking into account a bunch of other factors.
Dumbass.
Younger people are more likely to have more sexual partners relative to their age because people are more sexually liberated now, and young people are also less likely to get married. You also have to correspond this to different levels of marriage in rural versus urban areas, because urban people tend to have more sex, but rural people tend to marry younger. There are tons of things to correlate to this. It's not just sexual partners. It's the reason why there's no strong research on this. It's very complicated.
Fucking juked you.
You got it, and thank you very
Jesus
much for the next
Christ.
question.
And I still got weed left.
Morgan Cody says, Vosh, can you quickly explain how porn is protected as free speech in particular? These so-called warriors seem to think freedom of speech is supposed to only protect speech they like.
Oh, well, the line for defining like pornography. First of all, would be really muddy. Just like a video, like a movie in which a person is topless count. Earlier, Dr. Jones was talking about people showing their ankles. I mean, where does that line go? What about material in which people are fully clothed but the clothing
10.
is wet? What about material in which people are fully clothed and the clothing is dry but the clothing is tight? I mean, like, the issue is there's no way to draw any meaningful line here, which
Rusty.
means that if it were ever to, like, be
Oh,
effective,
Rusty.
it would either be a meaningless...
I'm gonna have to take Rusty out. He just helped me on the last mission, too. Oh, well. And I gotta eat some food. Rusty, you got a speech for me? Nope, guess not. Just fuck his ass up. Alright.
Easy to work
go,
around
bitch.
a piece of legislation, or it would be like the complete and utter destruction. It would basically just say, we now have an anti-obscenity
Krusty?
council, and if they don't like something, they get to like
God
shoot
damn, it's
you
popping
in the
off
head,
already.
You know, and yeah, it's just it's an utter violation of our First Amendment rights here, which I value tremendously because they protect us in many ways, not just in the right to see kids.
This one for Dr. Jones. They say Islamic. Thanks very much, XXWZW.
God damn,
Islamic
Rusty.
countries have banned porn, and they have the highest rates of porn consumption in the world. How does Dr. Jones explain this?
Because
That's true.
Damn.
is very difficult.
Went down
to-
like a
to control.
dog.
That's part of the problem. And
Just
if
shot a
everyone
poor
else
puppy in the
has
face.
access to internet pornography,
My bad,
it'll be
Rusty.
easy
You weren't
for
ready for
people
this.
in those countries to have access to it. This is not something that
He's
some
dead
type
in there.
of,
He's.
individual
They got killed, my friend.
can solve on his own.
He just helped
You
me on
can
the last
solve
mission,
the
too.
problem by simply avoiding pornography.
Oh,
okay?
boy.
That will solve that problem. It will loosen.
Better make
it will
another
free
mech.
your mind. It will allow you to interact with members of the opposite sex, and it will lead you,
Yeah.
allow you to have a
I got it.
successful
Never mind.
life. But
I'll
the
take it
problem
home.
here is, why should someone
Hang it
be
up with all the
given
other dead
right
body
to
mechs that I
constantly
have.
trip you up? Why should someone be given the right
Honest
to
brute.
constantly
Who's this
pander
bitch?
to your desires in a way? Because we all have this weakness. Everybody knows we have a weakness when it comes to human sexuality. Who gave these the right? Who gave these people the
You're
right
projecting, man.
who gave these people the right
Final
to
evaluation,
exploit
let's go.
that weakness for financial gain? That's the main issue.
He's a big
here,
boy
and
like me.
Our friend is avoiding that issue.
Holy shit, that's a big gun.
Does Bosch
Milk
not know
tooth?
what stance the Soviets held with regard to porn? They banned it.
What the fuck do you think I have to do with the Soviets? They would have sent
Okay.
me straight to the gulags. You know what Lenin did to the anarchists after the revolution? They were the first people to go, because we actually gave a shit about the dissolution of the state. Yeah, do you know what Stalin would have done? I don't care what Stalin would have done. I'd line him up right alongside other people I disagree with, if given the chance. As
This one for-
point them out, but it's say that I dislike them.
Zero Cav asks, Bosch, porn is actually being
Nope,
used
you're not gonna
for
get me with
less
that.
and less sex than in previous decades. I think you mentioned earlier that people are actually having more sex, so maybe you disagree with that. They say also, well, I'll let you first respond.
Man,
to that.
man's just
People, I
loves
think, are
his
having more
flamethrower.
sexual partners when they're young, relative to their age now than earlier.
kick him.
But people are having less sex right now than they used to.
Oh shit!
But how do we know?
Can't
that's
let him
because
get the
of
win.
pornography?
Just
Keep
blast
in mind,
him.
like 30 years
Try to
ago,
get a
like
fancy
during the
kill.
Clinton administration or whatever, or like further back
That's
than
fine.
that, young people would graduate high school with their mullet and their like, their peach fuzz, and then go and work like, at the local bowling alley and like make enough money.
B
to buy
rank
a house. I mean,
evaluation,
the
so I'm
economic
B
reality
rank
is
now.
incredibly different right now to what it used to be.
I am
right
the
now, like,
master.
go view your average college student, okay? They're not disinterested in fucking. I promise you, okay? What they are is stressed out, and they're stressed
Emblem
out because
acquired. I
life
might
is
get that
expensive.
emblem.
They
That
don't
looks
have
pretty
the time Or
badass.
the money to do the things they want, and hanging out with people costs
One of their
money,
finest
too,
warriors
I mean, you
slain.
can go to a park,
Like
and most people
squashing
go
a
out for
fucking
food or
bug.
whatever.
What do we got? Hit me with the good news. Got some loot?
You have surpassed rank B.
Thank you.
It is a great honor to witness your evolution as a mercenary.
I've surpassed rank B.
All might exists for all mercenaries.
She's so nice.
And that can be like a day's work. Life is hard right now. I don't think it's because of porn. I don't think the research shows that. And just, this is my anecdotal experience, but looking at porn has never made me want to fuck people less. It's made me want to fuck people more.
2,
Whenever
3,
I
4,
looked at porn, my
5.
thought was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I should like go on Tinder.
Let's get some emblems.
Like, oh, wow, that's cool. Like, my experience with it has not been like, oh, now I don't need.
Is this a physically disabled dog using wheels as legs? That's fucking amazing. I want that. I'm like a disabled dog on the battlefield. I'll take that. Custom decals. What the fuck? No thanks. Preset 2 disabled dog. Yeah, let's get that. That's nice. It's just like me on the battlefield. Ooh, the fist. Oh, it's a foot. Oh, feet. It's like a forensic analysis foot. This guy's like coming. I don't want that. Nice. Image editor. No dick pics yet.
But the stress of college did like mess me up back when I was in my early 20s. So I think that's the bigger cause, personally.
Eliminate honest brute. I just did.
Zero Cab also
fucked his ass up.
They said, Bosch, don't you think it encourages thought patterns that degrade women?
Mainstream recorded pornography is pretty degrading to women, but people were pretty degrading to women before the pornography. So I think that's more a reflection of people's tastes than it is of the porn industry making people misogynistic. I think the issue here is like, those tastes existed and have existed for a long time, and that needs to be worked on. But they would be there without the porn.
This from Just Call Me Oscar says, Dr. Jones, would you prefer to forbid porn at the
Damage
federal
mitigation
level
15%.
or reverse the
Beautiful.
14th Amendment and allow the states to decide?
If you make me king of the United States, I will make that decision. No, I think that the laws should be there are
Repair
obscenity
kits
laws
effectiveness,
already
I should
on the books.
upgrade
They
that
should
next.
be enforced. They will be enforced at a local level. That's, I think, what we're seeing in the United States is a reversion to local autonomy, local hegemony over local culture. I think abortion is an example of this. I think it's going to be returned to the states. I think abortion is similar to what we're talking about here with pornography and the worldview that our friend here is espousing. It's the Hollywood worldview. It's the Hollywood privileged worldview, where basically they want to rule the entire world according to their twisted standards. That basically was enforced by the Supreme Court. And now we're seeing the Supreme Court is backing away from that, and we're going to see the rise of regional culture, and it'll ban abortion, and I think it's also going to ban pornography as well.
Gotcha. And this one from Daily Veracity says, Bosch, rape has absolutely gone up over the past 60 years. In 1950, it was approximately 8 per 100,000, and today it's 29 per 100,000, a threefold increase. You're starting from the decade of recorded crime or record crime. We say you're starting from the decade of record crime, the 90s, which is disingenuous.
I started from the 70s, which were not a decade of record crime. No, I guess I'd have to depend on your chart. I mean, I was pulling that from a government source. There are probably some statistical sources that might have contrary numbers, but I gotta wonder how much they're factoring in other confounding variables like the reporting rate. So I'd be willing to bet that reported rapes have gone up massively over the past century. But I don't think that's because rape has gotten more common. I think that's because in 1926, if a dame walked to the local station and said she'd been raped, the cops would beat her to death and then fine her husband. I feel like there are other factors at play there. 9 out of
That looks really
100,000
good.
from a
Get a
century
little
ago
extra health.
sounds like comically low.
Little extra arms, load
yeah,
limit,
I mean,
firearm
there are probably different
specialization.
sources, but I think it's gone down. Yeah.
This one man's chorus says, Bosch, the difference between sex in private and porn is that porn is meant for public consumption. It's an example for other people to follow. Showing sex is a non-moral context encourages people to treat it that way.
I don't know what you mean by moral context. Sex is...
We know that. We know that.
I know, but you don't either because you failed utterly to explain it, and Christ is frowning on you from his cloud. Look, sex is a mechanical act, okay? It's a physical thing that you can do, much like playing tennis. You know, some people are good at it, some people are bad at it. You can play solo against a wall, or you can do it, you know, with someone else, which I guess is more fun than playing tennis against a wall. But this context of moral acts. If you look at tits online,
I think these are
like,
good. It doesn't
I don't
take too much
understand what
away.
when I think of ethics, I think of like the system by which you assess whether something is harmful or not harmful. And we just utterly failed to demonstrate the issue here, you know?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Who's harmed?
Every time we demonstrate it, you ignore it. Go ahead. Next question.
This one coming in from Kansas Zoomer says the stats Bosch is referring to for the Middle Ages rate included arranged marriages. This is pretty disingenuous. Does Bosch read his own sources?
I haven't provided any sources on the Middle Ages, so I don't know. First of all, I think you could argue that
Try that
arranged
out.
marriages are...
I don't think it
in
really
many
matters
cases
that
great,
much.
but I actually didn't name any sources, so I don't know if they just heard me say it and they were just like ready to go. But I'm also against arranged marriages for what it's worth. And also, counting a whole arranged marriage as one rape actually feels like understating the issue a bit, you know? Maybe every once in a while you get an arranged marriage where things are all hunky-dory, but I have a feeling that a lot of those led to many rapes. So, again, reporting wasn't even a thing back then, but we have kind of like historians have a way of pulling like very rough data from those times. Yeah, murder was also much higher. Murder used to be so common. It's so rare today. Back in the day, everyone knew a dude who'd like been murdered. Like that was like just a thing. Like you're going down the road and like, oh, bandits, whack, and you just, that's a guy who's been murdered. Nowadays, that is not the case.
Gotcha. And last question. This is an interesting one. RH says question for both. And by the way, we're a few minutes over, so thanks both Dr. Jones and Bosch. We're kind of going a little bit beyond what we promised, but there have just been so many questions. And also, this is an intriguing one. They say, question for both, what % of female porn stars are there by choice compared to those that are there not by choice?
This ignores the issue of whether you can engineer consent. The whole point of social engineering as it was practiced after World War II in the United States was to engineer consent. You can create an atmosphere in which people will act against their own best interest. That's simply a fact of life, and that's what happens with pornography. You have widespread acceptance of behavior that is against the best interests of the people who engage in it.
You got it. And I want to say, folks, thanks so much for spending time.
Oh, I think that was for both of us. I just want to jump in.
Yeah, go for it.
I just think it is a problem, but it is a problem that has gotten better. The more light there is, the more destigmatization there is on the porn and sex industry, the less abuse there will be. That's the case for basically every industry. We saw this during prohibition in alcohol production and consumption. The more destigmatized, accepted, regulated something is, the more legal it is, the less abuse there will be, because everything's above board, everything's in the books, and it's easier for people who are abused to turn to the police without fearing for their own profession or their freedom.
You got it. Thank you very much. And want to say, folks, we really do appreciate our guests. And sorry we did not get to all of the questions. However, if you want to hear more or read more from our guests, they are linked in the description. I'm going to be back with a post-credit scene in just a moment, letting you know about upcoming debates, as we have many juicy debates like this one coming up. But we want to say, most of all, thanks so much. It has been a true pleasure. Bosch and Dr. Jones, we appreciate you spending time with us tonight.
It's been my pleasure. Nice to see you again, James.
You as well.
Thank you.
With that, I'll be back in just a moment, folks. Thanks so much, and stick around.